We were kissing, fondling, touching.
One night of passion.
The plan was for her to come inside the house.
How do you know that was the plan?
She said, wait till we get to your house.
That would be a clue.
Did it get out of hand?
He spit in my face. He pushed me into the door.
Did you spit at her?
After I was slapped.
Can I see the police report?
I didn't file a police report.
That I've read, you allege that the defendant assaulted you and also broke your car with a rock or a brick.
Yes.
Mr. Gallahue said he was merely trying to help you from hurting yourself because you were drunk. He is counterclaiming because he says that while drunk, you broke the door to his home.
Correct.
Okay. Why don't you tell me first how you know him?
I met him through mutual friends and then started hanging out with his sister and started hanging out with him.
When did this incident happen?
On
your car?
April 10th, around 3:30 or 4 a.m. in the morning.
Where had you been?
Working.
Where do you work?
Well, I previously worked at a bar on the Landing in St. Louis.
All right, let's go to April 9th.
Okay.
Where were you on April 9th at about 11 o'clock in the evening?
Working.
And where was Mr. Gallahue?
I don't know.
When did you first see him? At what time?
When I was getting off work around...
What time?
Around 2:30.
Where did you see him?
He was at a bar next door, and I walked out of mine and saw him in the parking lot.
And what did you do?
Said hi, just greeted each other. We were friends. Ended up giving him a ride home.
Why did you give him a ride home?
He's a friend.
How did he get to the bar? How did you get to the bar?
I was down there with a couple other friends that were going to give me a ride home. Till Michelle asked me if she wanted to give me a ride home. So I'll go home with you.
And we left, and on the way he tried some things and said no, and we got back to his house, and that's when all of the...
Well, he tried some things. What do you mean he tried some things, Mr.
He was trying to put the moves on me, I guess you would say.
Okay.
Sexually trying to do things.
Okay. And you said, not interested. So you got to his house.
Yes.
And?
And as I reversed and put my car in park, and it was in the middle of the street, and he took my keys out of the ignition and ran inside his house.
And?
And I followed him in, grabbed my purse out of my car and went in. And that's when I asked him, hey, you know, can I have my keys back? At first it was funny because we're friends and he was just playing a joke, but then it was late in the morning and I wanted to go home. And he wouldn't give me my keys back, and it went on for a while, and then I started getting upset because I wanted to go home. Then we started getting an argument. One thing happened and he spit in my face. So I slapped him on the cheek, and that's when he pushed me into the door. And that's when I got the eye, when I got hit on my eye.
And then?
I went outside and took his phone with me and called my mom to see if she had a spare key, if there was a spare key in my car. She said yes. So I grabbed that key, went back inside, and got my purse.
You mean after he hurt your eye, you went back inside for your purse?
Yeah.
He's just assaulted you, according to you.
Well, yes. But I still wanted my personal belongings. I mean, I have various credit cards in there that I really thought, you know, it would be responsible to go back in and get my purse so that he couldn't take them.
How badly were you hurt when you hit the door with your eye?
Yes. I was
Not
crying.
yet. I said how badly. That is
how badly?
A quantitative thing. You have to say I was hurt very badly. I wasn't hurt a lot. Not yet.
I mean, it hurt. Not badly, but it definitely hurt.
Were you afraid of him?
Yes.
Then why did you go back for your pocketbook?
I don't know. I wanted it.
So you went back for your pocketbook?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
Then I went and got in my car and drove up to the gas station up the street to call her. That's when he came running around the corner with a rock in his hand, and he screamed and he threw it at my windshield, and I asked the gas station attendant if he saw it. He said yes. And
Don't tell me what the gas station attendant said to you. So, did the windshield break?
Yes, it shattered, and I have pictures of it.
Can I see the police report that you filed?
I didn't file a police report.
Why is that?
I was hysterical. I wanted to get out of there. I was scared of him.
I didn't have to file a police report that day, Miss Downey. You filed a police report the next day. He assaulted you. Not only did he assault you, but he vandalized your car. You covered by insurance?
I did not file it with my insurance company. I paid out of pocket.
Why?
I didn't want to file it to my insurance company.
You didn't want to put in a claim to the insurance company. You didn't want to notify the police that, according to you, he assaulted you?
Yes, ma'am.
Why not?
I don't know. He's supposed to... I mean, I don't want to send him to jail or anything. I just would rather him pay for my windshield and pay for the work
Well,
that I
may
missed.
I have the bill that you had for your eye?
It wasn't damaged to the point where I had to go to the doctor. It was just,
Well, weren't you concerned you would injured near your eye? Could have caused all kinds of difficulty.
no,
So you didn't go to a doctor with regard to the eye?
no.
And you didn't call the police with regard to the assault or the vandalizing your car?
Yes, ma'am.
So I guess you didn't figure this was too big a deal. Now, let's go to you, Mr. Galley. I read your answer, and you have a whole different perspective on what happened on the night of April 10th.
Yeah, a lot of what she says is true. There's a few parts she missed out. Like,
Okay,
we didn't
so that I don't have to be bothered with things that you agree on, why don't you just tell me the things that you don't agree with?
We did not meet in the parking lot. We met at the bar next door where my witness works. We were on the DJ booth messing around,
What does that mean, messing around?
kissing, fondling, touching.
You mean...
Not all three
just-
of us, or me and him, her and I.
Okay. All right. Had she been working that night?
Yes, she has, which is also a club that he used to work at. The Shots girls sell shots and drink shots.
Okay. So what you're saying was when she got off of work, she came next door.
Yes.
Did you forget that?
Pardon me?
Did you forget to tell me that?
No.
Well, is it true that you went next door?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me that?
I didn't think it was pertinent.
Well, it's pertinent to tell me whether you met him in a parking lot or whether you met him in a bar and you were drinking in the bar with him before you gave him a ride home.
I didn't drink in the bar with him.
Did you drink at all that evening?
Yes, I did.
Where?
At the place that I worked at.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The plan was for her to come inside the house. I knew
Okay,
she
how do
was
you know
drunk.
that that was the plan, sir?
Actually, on the way home when we were messing around, she said, wait till we get to your house. That's how I know.
That would be a clue.
That is a clue.
And later today,
You never drove her car?
I drove it on occasion, but not that night.
You're talking about 2 years ago.
Exactly.
You remember 2 years
I
ago?
remember a lot of
Definitely.
things. I got a good memory.
You're a smart aleck.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michelle Downer says her former friend Jason Gallahue assaulted her and vandalized her car. Michelle says Jason was angry because she turned down his advances.
Next.
From there, we get in the car, go home. If she was leaving and just dropping me off...
Don't say if she was leaving, just dropping me off. Just tell me
Okay.
what you don't agree with, sir.
The plan was for her to come inside the house. I
Okay,
knew she
how do
was
you know
drunk,
that that was the plan, sir?
because that's what we talked about. Actually, on the way home when we were messing around, she said, wait till we get to your house. That's how I know.
that would be a clue.
That is a clue. Right. That was a good clue. I mean, that's pretty much what we disagree on. We get inside, we're arguing, she is correct. I took her keys because I know she has one DWI. Got in an accident and totaled a car already. I don't want her to get in another
Had you
accident.
been drinking that night, Mr. Gallahue?
Yes.
So the both of you had been drinking, and
Yes.
she was driving,
Yes.
and you were driving in her car.
Yes.
That was foolish, right?
Correct. Tend to do foolish things.
Well, only if you're young and drunk.
Correct.
So what you're telling me is that the two of you were both under the influence of alcohol that evening and did some very stupid things.
Yes.
And did you spit at her?
Yes, I did. After I was slapped.
Okay, so you say she slapped you first.
She
So
did
you
slap me.
Why did she slap you?
Because I had her keys. I wouldn't give her her keys and let her drive home.
And I assume the plan was to come into your home and to bring to fruition the evening's earlier activities in
Temptation,
your house.
possibly?
Yes?
Possibly.
Right? Now, was that activity accomplished?
No.
Is that perchance why you had her keys?
No. It is not why I had her
Oh,
keys.
so you had your keys because you were being a good Samaritan. No, I'm just asking. Just answer my
Yeah, I
question.
guess you could
yes.
say that. Yeah.
All right. So.
But I did lose the keys.
All right.
After
You
I
lost
took.
the keys. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she slapped you. You spit in her face. You pushed her.
Yes.
And did she hit her face when you pushed her?
I don't believe so.
You don't know. It wasn't.
But there is one
wasn't
other
a big-
part that she did leave out. Whenever
Which
she
is?
was leaving and slammed the door, she did break my basement door window.
Okay. Now tell me about the rock that you gently threw, according to you, the rock that I have to quote this because I found it fascinating. You ready for this? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. She ran out of my house and slammed the door, breaking the window. I was extremely upset, so I grabbed a rock and tossed it gently at her car.
Like
Now,
ginger
so I would like you, please, sir, to just step back for a moment. Just take 2 steps back and show me how you gently throw a rock at her car.
It might have been, I was drunk, I didn't know. I had drinks, it might have been overhanded.
And you broke the windshield on her car?
Yeah, that's where it landed.
Okay. How much did the windshield cost?
$265.69.
And how much did the window on the door cost?
I put it in myself.
So how much did it cost?
$42 for the actual window itself.
And your labor
Of course.
is free, right?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. What do you do for a living, sir?
Actually, I'm a project manager.
For what?
Dance club.
Well, that's a nice title anyway.
Sure.
I like project manager anyway. Okay. When she broke the window in your house, did you call the police?
No.
Are you angry with her?
No.
Are you
I
angry?
broke-
Shh. Are you angry with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Get over it. Get over it. Sounds to me like you both had a little too much to drink and got pretty much what you deserved. Your case is dismissed, and so is your counterclaim. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
When I was attacked at the club, I was trying to fulfill her sexual needs, go back to the house. I don't know, she was obviously too drunk for that.
He was a liar.
I was there at the club that they work in. I was actually the DJ for it. You know, they were falling out of the DJ booth, stumbling drunk.
He spit in my face. That's disrespect in my book, and you don't spit in people's faces.
She was drunk. I wanted to save a friend, trying to be a good Samaritan.
He lied about advances. That was pretty much it. I still don't think I broke his door, though, but it got dismissed.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Gerber versus Holtmeyer. Step forward, please.
27-year-old nurse Lauren Gerber is suing her former friend, nurse's aide Gregory Holtmeyer, for punching her windshield. Gregory claims it never happened.
Ms. Gerber, the defendant was a friend of yours, and it is your claim that he twice damaged your car. You want him to pay for the damage. Mr. Holtmeyer said he never damaged your car. You're just annoyed because he no longer wants to be a friend of yours, and he's moved on to a relationship with somebody, a relationship that he believes you wanted to have with him, but he wasn't interested. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Well, I read your answer. If there's anything that I said there that's wrong, please correct me.
that's close.
I like to be precise.
That was precise.
Don't be annoying, Mr. Holtmeyer. All right, Miss Gerber, when was the first time he damaged your car?
Was in February of 2002.
Under what circumstances?
He was pulling my vehicle out of the driveway, which was next to my house, and he got a little too close to the house, and it hit the driver's side mirror, which shattered and also scraped the left fender.
And you were in the car at the time?
I was in the passenger seat.
When was the second time he damaged your car?
September of 2003.
Tell me about that.
We had been at my apartment watching a Cowboys-Giants game, and on the way home, punched the inside of the windshield with his fist, which he wears a Dallas ring on, and that's what hit the glass and shattered.
Who was driving?
I was driving.
And what did he say at that time? That was September of 2003.
That he was sorry and go get an estimate. He'd pay whatever the estimate was for it.
Between February 2002 and September of 2003, did you let him drive your car?
On occasion.
How come you stopped being friends?
In October, we had made plans for him to move in with me. His mother had to move to St. Louis, and he had nowhere to stay. The day before he was scheduled to move in, I hadn't heard from him. The day of, I still hadn't heard from him. I went to the house, and it was completely empty. Everything was gone, and that's the last time I'd heard from him.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lauren Gerber says her former friend Gregory Holtmeyer punched her windshield after a Dallas Cowboys football game.
What made you decide to pursue the 2-year-old broken mirror on your car?
Because in October, he was still saying once he was waiting on an insurance settlement from an accident last March when he got run over by a truck.
Did you fix this mirror on your car?
The mirror I did fix. It was undrivable with it broken.
And how much did it cost to fix the mirror?
It was $140.
And how much is the windshield?
$242.30. I have pictures of that.
I'd like to see it.
been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats, please.
Ms. Velasquez, Mr. Sieber was a friend of yours, and you claim that he owes you for some expenses from a trip to Spain that you took with him.
That's correct.
Or that he took with you. Mr. Sieber says there was never any agreement to pay you back any of the money you expended on his behalf, while acknowledging that you did spend money on him for plane tickets and some hotel expenses. Is that right, Mr. Sieber?
That's correct.
Okay. So let me turn to you first. I'd like you to tell me something about yourself.
Okay. I'm from Manassas, Virginia. I met Lydia in New York.
I didn't ask you where you met her. I asked you something about yourself.
Something about myself.
Yeah. First, why don't you tell me how old you are?
I'm 22 years old.
And what do you do for a living?
I sell cars.
And how long have you been selling cars?
For about 8 months now.
Is that what you want to be, a car salesman when you grow up?
No, but it pays well.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Own my own business.
What kind of business?
Maybe a daycare.
A daycare?
Yeah.
You like children?
Love children.
Why do you think that you have what it takes to guide young children into maturity? Stand up straight. First, the first thing you have to know is that you don't have to lean on anything.
Yes.
A table, a woman, anything. So what I want you to tell me, Mr. Sieber, is, since your life's ambition is to own a daycare.
Yeah.
Yes, try yes.
Yes.
That's the first thing you have to do with children, teach them how to speak. And since that is probably one of the most laudable professions to guide children, I want you to explain to me what personality traits you believe you have that would qualify you to guide the future of America. Now, I want you to think about that, Mr. Fastmouth, before you answer my question. Because I want you to think of what it is. Because as you see from this little repartee that we're having between us, I can swallow you up alive. We understand each other?
We understand each other.
Very good. So I want you to think very carefully, Smarty Mouth, why you believe that you can, with your talents and what those talents and moral qualities that you have are, to guide the children who are the future of America.
Because I'm consistent and committed.
Committed to what?
Committed to be able to learn whatever I have to learn to be able to teach children.
Okay. Now let's talk about your moral qualifications. You sell cars?
Yes.
Did you ever exaggerate to somebody when you sold them a car?
No.
Never?
No.
So when you're negotiating with somebody, you're always right up front. When you say, listen, my manager won't let me take a penny less than for this car, and I'm going to give up most of my commissions so that you can have this car, because I want you to have this car.
Of course.
That's totally honest.
Oh, yeah.
Never said anything that wasn't true.
No, ma'am.
Okay. I want you to do this for me, Mr. Sieber. When you open up your daycare center,
yes, ma'am.
Let me know where it is.
Okay.
When did you take this trip with Miss Velasquez?
We took it March 31st.
And how long did you go for?
6 days.
Who went, Mr. Sieber?
Myself and Lydia.
Just the two of you?
Yes, ma'am.
And I assume, Miss Velasquez, from reading your papers, that you had a little bit of a crush on him.
I did.
Now, what makes you think, Mr. Sieber, that even though Miss Velasquez had a crush on you, she was going to pay for your tickets?
Well, when I got the car early in February, and she asked me to take the trip with her, I told her that I would take the trip, and she said that she would cover the flight expense if I would go with her. When we got over there, the first night that we were there, advances were made, and I told her I wasn't looking for anything further. And after that happened, we got back to Northern Virginia. I started getting calls. She wanted money. So, because the advances were denied, she decided she wanted payment.
Why did you go with her, Mr. Sieber?
Because I liked her as a friend.
Did you tell her that?
Yes.
Well, tell me what you said to her.
Exactly that.
Let me hear.
I like you as a friend.
When did you tell her that?
Many times in New York when I was with her, over the phone.
When she called and asked you to go to Europe with her, did she say why she wanted you to go to Europe with her?
No.
All right, now I'll hear you, Miss Velasquez.
Thank you.
When did you call him?
I didn't call him, actually. He had called me. We initially met, and we went on a really nice romantic first date. We kept in touch. My sister got sick. He was calling to ask me about her. And through the course of the conversation, towards the end of the conversation, I had told him about a trip that I was planning for myself. I thought planning a trip for myself and going to Spain was really what I wanted to do. Then Shannon had called me. He's very charming on the phone, and he expressed his interest in coming with me.
No, just not expressing it. What did he say, if you remember?
He said, would you mind if I came with you? And I said, yeah, no, that's great. I was excited about the fact that he wanted to go with me on a trip.
Now let's get to the tickets.
Sure. He had said if you can find a ticket for around $400 that he'd go ahead and, you know, pay me for that. So the next day I did a vigorous search. I'm pretty good at the internet, and I found tickets. I had called him up and I told him how much the ticket was going to be. It was around $444. And he had said, you know, that's fine. And I said, well, I already put the hotel, so you can just pay me half for the hotels. We can split that, and then just pay me back for the flight. And he said that he would pay me back the full amount. When we got to Spain, he paid me $300 in cash. And he...
Oh, Mr. Sieber, how come you gave her $300 in cash, sir?
Oh, that was for the hotel.
You gave her $300 and said...
And he said, on April 18th, I will send you the remaining balance. So I had thought that he was going to pay me once he got back home. We had a good time. I realized, though, when we got there, his attitude towards me changed. Before that, the phone conversations were great. He was saying, you know, oh, you're so cute, and I'm listening to your CD right now because I sing or whatnot, and you're making me smile and all this charming baloney. And I fell for it. I fell for it like... I would, but when we got there, though, his attitude changed towards me. He all of a sudden was cold, distant, and it seemed like I was irritating to him.
The bloom was off the rose.
It was.
Okay, fine.
It fell down and someone squished it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I've been around long enough, Mr. Sieber, to know that what goes around comes around. And if you're not nice to people, eventually it's going to come back and bite you in the behind.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lydia Velasquez says former friend Shannon Sieber owes for a trip to Spain. Shannon claims Lydia is upset that he only wants to be friends.
All right. $444 was the plane ticket, is that right?
Correct.
And then there was some expenses for the hotel.
Correct, because we were there for 5 days and 4 nights.
And you are asking for $350, which is less than the cost of the ticket, so your $300, sir, paid portion of the plane ticket. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Look at that. You paid part of the plane ticket and you didn't even know it.
That's great.
Mr. Sieber, you look like a sweet young man. You're 22 years old, so I will attribute some of what you say to me today as being words from somebody who is not yet fully cooked. Just starting to shave and just starting to feel, you know, feel yourself. So I want you to understand something. You're supposed to have a reasonable moral compass. You're not supposed to toy with somebody else's affections. And I think that you're a smart aleck enough to know that by going to Spain with her, you were toying with her affections. You're not supposed to do that. It's unkind. And should you find yourself at the other end of this affection stick at some point in your life, I guarantee you won't like it. But I've been around long enough, Mr. Sieber, to know that what goes around comes around. And it may not come around today, it may not come around tomorrow, but if you're not nice to people, eventually it's going to come back and bite you in the behind. We understand each other?
Clearly.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $350. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's just sad when friends have to start suing each other.
I'm just happy that I'm going to actually get my money back.
There was never a relationship to begin with. It was all made up in our mind.
I might have been misled by him.
It was made very clear before we left it was what it was. There was going to be nothing more.
Not the person that I thought he was.
She's a nice lady.
He's just being rude.
We were only friends, and that's all it would ever be.
We're not friends anymore.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kurlanchik versus McEnany Burt. Step forward.
24-year-old teacher Jennifer Kurlanchik is suing her friends, 23-year-old student Paul McEnany and 24-year-old inventory controller Mike Burt for damages to a Hummer limo she rented on her birthday. Jennifer claims they broke the sunroof.
Ms. Kurlanchik, you rented a limousine to celebrate, I assume, your 24th birthday, and you invited a whole group of people to go with you. Two of the people you invited were these two gentlemen here, who, according to you, got a little out of hand and caused damage to the limousine. You were charged for the damage, and you want them to contribute to the cost of the damage that they did themselves. They say everybody was sort of involved in the nonsense, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
What's your first name?
Paul.
24. Mike.
First name?
Jennifer.
What do you do for a living, Jennifer?
I'm a special ed teacher.
Paul?
I'm a student and I bartend.
Student of what?
Student in advertising.
Logistics management and work as inventory control clerk, and as well as go to school.
Look what responsible people we have here. When was your birthday?
February 29th.
How big was the limousine?
It fit 15 people. It was a H2 Hummer limousine, so it's pretty large.
I've seen those things driving in the street. You can see them coming about a block away. And how do you know these? And how do you know these two guys?
We're friends. We're in the same fraternity, sorority. We're all friends. We're friends.
We're friends.
What kind of damage was done to the limousine?
The emergency exit window flew off on a major highway, shattered pieces, and I was charged the damages.
You mean the roof, like a sunroof?
Yes, it's actually a moonroof, and it flew off. There's 3 ledges to unlatch, and the boys unlatched it, and around 2:30 in the morning, it flew off. I didn't see it fly off. That's my witness saw.
How do you know it was these two boys that unlatched the moonroof?
Well, when the incident happened, Mike looked at me and said, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And I didn't know what actually had happened. I was like, okay, fine, you can take care of it. After the incident happened, Paul comes up to me and he says, well, I was touching a button that made the sunroof go up and down. And that's where I was like, oh, so Paul and Mike were doing it. They were also at the back of the vehicle where the sunroof was located, along with Tracy and one of her friends.
So that's all that you know about how this happened?
Mm-hmm.
Step up. Tell me your name.
My name's Tracy.
Tracy what?
Thompson.
Were you sitting at a location where you could observe these two young men?
The way the limo was set up is there was 2 doors in the back. There was a bench seat that went across there, and I was sitting right there. At the top where the moonroof was, there was a stereo, buttons to turn on the lights in the bar. At that point in time, I had seen people playing with all the lights because lights were changing, everything was moving around. Then all of a sudden, moonroof flew off the top of the car. It was gone. Both of these two looked at each other like, what do we do now? So,
how many people were sitting in their general vicinity?
There was one other person sitting next to me, and it was me. It was these two in front of us. And then the rest of the limo went down with people sitting all the way down in the front.
Now, you say other people were touching the buttons, other than Mike and Paul?
Not that I know of.
So it was just Mike and Paul touching the buttons?
They were the only two that could touch the buttons. There was nobody else around.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I told everybody in this limousine, you cause any damage, you can be responsible for it, because I had to sign basically.
Shh, shh. Where are you now?
Here.
What is here?
Judge Judy.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jennifer Kalanchik says former friends Paul McEnany and Mike Burt owe for damages to a limo she rented on her birthday. The men claim they didn't do it.
Okay. Did you say to Jennifer when the moonroof flew off, don't worry, I'll take care of it?
That's correct. I did say that, but that was at the end of the night.
Okay. Now, when you said, don't worry, I'll take care of it, were you referring to the moonroof?
No, I was referring to the driver, because he was getting a little irate and telling us, who's paying for it, who's paying for it? And as we stopped the car, exited, I told her, you know, we're going to take care of it. We're going to help you out as far as talking to the limo driver, saying who was at fault, and this, that, and the other.
Not this, that, and the other thing. So you said to her, don't worry, I'll take care of it, because you were going to explain to the limo driver whose fault it was.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do that?
Well, no, at the point in time she asked me to leave, so I left.
So you didn't?
No.
Well, let's say that you did go to the limo driver to explain whose fault it was. What would you have told the limo driver?
I told him what...
Look at me. No, right here.
All right. Basically, I told him... I was just,
Not
well, I would have told him that it wasn't explained to us that this is an emergency escape hatch, because they said later on that it's an emergency escape hatch, and it was labeled. No, it wasn't labeled, and the driver never explained to us.
Then you were going to be arguing with him. Let me explain this to you, Mike. Basically, you would have said to the driver, I was touching the buttons with my friend Paul, and the moonroof fell off, but nobody explained to us that it was an emergency door. And it wasn't marked, so how are we supposed to know that it was an emergency door? Is that what you would have said to him?
In so many words, yes.
In less words than you just told me?
Yeah, hopefully.
So you would have said, yeah, we did it. But we didn't know if we touched these buttons and that sort of stuff that this moonroof was going to fall off. It was not properly marked.
Right.
But we did it.
Well, the only thing I had to do with it, was I closed it when we got to Dallas. We were leaving from Denton to Dallas. Somebody opened it other than me and Paul, When we got to Dallas, I closed it. That's the last thing I had to do with it. And everybody's pointing fingers at me for some reason. And I'm trying to tell her, no, it's not me. And she doesn't want to buy that. She wants to say, you know, yeah, you did
Somebody
it.
else.
She just basically wants to get her money back.
From what Jennifer told me is there were 3 different latches too, and the only thing I ever touched is the one front latch that I thought would push it up, and it went flying off. So those 2 latches had to be undone, and I know other people around that area. I wouldn't, yeah.
Okay. Now, why did you push that one latch up?
Just to open. I thought it was a sunroof. It looked like a sunroof. Nobody told us it was an emergency exit.
You just wanted to get some air.
Yeah. There's 15 bodies, body heat, and everything else. So we opened up.
So, Jennifer, what?
I have warning signs on the sunroof as well as the latches. There had to be some work done to get these latches to come off. It's not a simple button. It's not
well, maybe it wasn't their fault, my dear. Maybe it was the fault of the limousine.
Can I
maybe.
say that? Sorry.
Why, you want to fight with me about that?
No.
Maybe it was the fault of the limousine.
Well, I told everybody in this limousine, you do anything, you cause any damages, you break any glass, you're going to be responsible for it, because I had to sign basically.
Shh. Where are you now?
Here.
What is here?
Judge Judy.
My space. Go ahead.
I had to sign a blank credit card slip that says we're going to charge you $600 for the flat rate.
Jennifer, my dear, you take 15 people out for an evening of partying. You sign on for a 15-passenger Hummer limousine, and you are going to expect that some damage might be done, for which you are going to be responsible. There isn't a shred of credible evidence that these 2 young men are responsible for that emergency exit. Not at all. The fact that they were sitting around there, the fact that they may have been touching it, the fact that he went to open up one of the latches to let some air in, that doesn't make him responsible. I don't even know if you're responsible. It's quite possible that there was a malfunction by the car. And the fact that the limousine company is charged a credit card, perhaps you should sue them.
The fact that they touched the roof and then
so what?
it flew off?
So what? So what? That doesn't make it their fault. I am not satisfied that you have sustained your burden to demonstrate that these 2 young men are responsible, that they either negligently, recklessly caused the damage to the limousine. It is just as plausible that someone else had touched one or more of those things at some point during the evening, and when he opened up one latch to let in some air, the thing fell off. That's also plausible. That doesn't make him responsible. And if the limousine company refuses to give you back your money, sue them. Because I don't think you have a case against these 2 young men. That's all. Case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think justice was served.
Now I'm out $700 for an action that I had no part of, that they clearly did.
I think she lost her money, and she's just trying to get her money back, and it's, easy target.
We were celebrating my birthday. Of course we were, partying.
Well, we were having a good time. Next thing you know, the sunroof, moonroof, whatever you want to call it, it flew off.
One thing led to another. Sunroof flies off. Both boys say, shh, look at each other. They're guilty. I mean, they caused it to fly off.
She blames us, and she'd rather choose money over friendship, and I think that's really wrong.
We're friends, stuff happens.
Well, hopefully we can have a beer and...
What kind of work did you do there?
Sandwich artist.
Sandwich artist?
A sub-shop scuffle.
He smacked my hand, told me to get the hell out.
Turned my back, he punches me in the mouth. My teeth went through my bottom lip.
He scratched me like a girl.
But this guy's no hero.
Didn't you report it to the police?
I'm a felon. I'm not going to get arrested for someone fighting with me.
What kind of felony?
4 felonies of 3rd degree, 2 criminal mischief, and 2 grand theft.
Judge Judy rolled Nick Baum for punching him in the mouth at work. Craig says the assault took place in the middle of the lunch rush.
All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Yeah, this is case number 145 on the calendar in the matter of Barr versus Baum.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Mr. Barr, you and the defendant worked together, and according to your complaint, you had an argument with him, and during the course of that argument, he assaulted you, he punched you. You want to be compensated?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Baum said it is true that you did have an argument. However, you were the one who was the first to use your hands, and he just reacted. So he was really acting in self-defense, which is your claim.
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
And you, sir?
28.
Where do you work?
For a sub shop.
How long have you worked there?
4 months at this particular restaurant.
How long have you worked for the company?
3 years.
And you manage this restaurant?
Yes, ma'am, general manager.
And Mr. Baum, how long did you work at this particular restaurant?
Worked there for about 2 months.
2 months.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Barr was your boss?
Yes.
Okay. What kind of work did you do there?
Sandwich artist. Sandwich artist.
Sandwich artist?
I made the sandwiches.
Sandwich artist. When did this argument take place?
5/22 of this year.
What time?
I'd say about 1:30.
1:30 is lunchtime, so you must have been busy.
Real busy.
Real busy. So tell me what happened, Mr. Barr.
Being the manager, I usually generally don't work on the weekends, but seeing as I had hired...
Listen to me. What I want you to do is, I want you to look at me when you're testifying. I don't want you to look over there. I don't want you to look over there. I don't want you to look. I don't want you to look. I want you to look at me, and I want you to answer my question, which is, what happened on May 22nd, 2004, at approximately 1:30 in the afternoon?
I went back to the restaurant, and I made a beeline toward Chris, which was a new employee.
You went back to the restaurant, which I assume meant that you left the restaurant at some point.
Yes.
When had you arrived at the restaurant?
Open, 8 o'clock in the morning.
And what time did you leave?
About 10:30 to go make the bank deposit for the earnings for the day before.
And what time did you return?
About 12:30.
Took you 2 hours to make a deposit?
I was doing personal matters. I wasn't scheduled to work that day.
Okay. So you got back at 12:30. When you got back at 12:30, what happened?
I had asked Chris how the day was going. It was his first day. I'd asked him how...
First day?
As working as an employee for the store.
You're Chris?
Yes, ma'am.
Step up. So you said to Chris, that's you, raise your hand. You said to Chris, who was a new employee?
Mm-hmm.
This gentleman was a new employee. You said, how are things going?
Exactly. How you liking it? Are you picking things up? Is Nick and the other girl showing you stuff?
Okay. And Chris said?
Nothing positive toward Nick. They're not getting along. Nick's telling me he's not doing stuff right. He's ready to walk out.
You mean Chris is ready to leave?
Chris is ready to walk out. Nick's having an attitude. And earlier that morning, I observed Nick having an attitude toward customers. I knew there was something on his chest. I figured they would just shake it off as the day went on. But obviously it didn't. It progressed.
So what happened next?
I asked the other girl who was working there, what has she seen? Well, what's going on?
I don't want you to tell me what she said.
Exactly. Well, anyway, I asked another staff member what they thought of the situation. They shook their head, walked away. They didn't want no part of any of the nonsense. I had then started to walk up to the register. I noticed that Nick was being rudely toward an elderly lady he was cashing out. I asked Nick
what was he saying to her?
Just the tone in the voice, not a typical friendly restaurant attitude that you'd want someone to have at this particular establishment. We up-talk friendly, courteous, smile.
So he was being short?
To say the least.
Okay. Well, I have to envision what you're saying, sir, because you're not being more articulate. You want to try to explain better what you observed with regard to this elderly
Just
woman?
his body language and his tone of his voice.
Okay. So, what happened next?
I asked him to leave the restaurant. I said, Nick, please leave. Get out. I wasn't firing him. I just wanted him out the restaurant that day. Obviously, there was something bothering him that day. He was causing friction among the other staff members. He was also being short with the customers, having an attitude. I thought it was the best business decision for the establishment to remove Nick from operations that particular day.
And at that time, he had been working for the place for about 4 months?
Yes, ma'am.
And had you had trouble with him before?
No.
So this was an unusual occurrence?
That's what I was telling you. Something was obviously bothering him that day.
Okay, good. So you told him to leave. Good idea. What happened?
I continued to cash somebody out. Just as I closed the cash register door, I turned my back, he punches me in the mouth. Didn't see it coming. It was over my shoulder. It was a sucker punch. She drilled me in the mouth pretty hard. He began to start to swing other hands at me. I was able to block him. Somehow we got into a stance, a wrestled. My first instance was to get him away from the glass, away from the knives, away from the customers, because meanwhile the line's out the door. There's all these people in the establishment, and this is what they're saying. They're saying Nick attacking the manager. I got Nick out into the lobby. I led up. As I led him up, I had blood going down. I went like this, tried to get my bearings straight. What's going on? Why am I bleeding? And next thing you know, Nick and Chris were running down the street like two little girls.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What happened after you pushed him in the back?
He turned around and scratched me like a girl.
Well, didn't you report it to the police, sir?
I'm a felon. I'm not going to get arrested for someone fighting with me.
What kind of felony?
2 criminal mischief and 2 grand theft.
And later today,
You say because she breached the agreement, I should be able to use these songs for my own purposes in the future.
He can't do that. That's my melody.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Sandwich store manager Craig Barr says former employee Nick Baum punched him in the mouth at work. Nick says Craig slapped his hand.
What kind of injury did you suffer, Mr. Barr?
I was treated at the emergency room for 4 stitches inside and outside of my lip. It seems to be that when he hit me, my teeth went through my bottom lip.
You had 4 stitches.
4 stitches, and I need to go back for plastic laser surgery once all the scar tissue settles, and then they can see exactly how they can make this to be not a permanent injury.
Okay, who is this?
This is a witness. Her name's Shannon. She was there that day.
All right, Mr. Baum, I'd like you can sit down. I'd like you to tell me your version of the events. You were having a bad day. Why were you having a bad day, Mr. Baum?
Because Christopher Struss was not up to date on his job. He wasn't doing it properly.
But he was a new employee, Mr. Baum.
I know. That's the whole thing. You know, friends can't work together.
So he was your friend?
Yes, we are friends. Before that, the whole thing, we had picked him up from Port Charlotte to bring him in.
So you got him the job?
It was his idea for the job.
But he didn't know Chris, did he?
Yes, he did.
You knew Chris from before?
I knew him from the streets.
You told him about Chris?
Exactly.
Well, I didn't tell him that he needed a job. He come over to stay the weekend.
At your house?
At his house. I was living with him.
Oh.
That's not necessarily true, Your Honor.
Yes, it is.
Just a second. Mr. Baum was living at your house?
I wouldn't say that. He was staying there. He was kicked out of his previous residence for his hostile attitude toward the people he was staying with.
Okay. Just a minute.
And
he was staying at your house?
I guess so.
I still have his house key.
Take your hands out of your pockets. He was staying at your house, and Chris was staying at your house?
He'd asked to stay for the weekend.
Okay, fine. So now he's back at the shop, Mr. Baum. So now tell me what happened with Mr. Barr.
When he had come in, me and Christopher confronted him about what we were talking about, him not doing his job right. He didn't want to hear it. He ignored it. He walked straight up and down the line. Then come to me while I'm proceeding to help a customer. Not no old woman, a gentleman. He then smacked my hand, pushed in front of me, told me to get the hell out.
How did he do that, sir?
I'm standing here at the register.
Chris, stand up over there. You're standing next to the register.
Say this is me. This is me. He's on the register helping a customer.
No. Who's on the register?
Myself.
You're on the register.
Say he's me.
He's playing you.
Yes.
Listen to me. He's you. He's at the register now.
And I'm Mr. Barr.
And you're Mr. Barr. So make like you're at the register.
He come up, smack my hand.
Oh, show me how he did that. Okay, he pushed your hand away.
No, he hit it. He hit it hard with force.
And he said, get out. He didn't ask him.
I didn't ask you anything. You went like this. Pushed your hand up.
And then squeezed in front of me between the register as I'm helping.
Okay. And then what happened, sir?
I pushed him, stepped back.
How did you put? No, show me how you pushed him. Okay, so you pushed him from the back.
And then.
And the shot. I did. Do you hear? I didn't ask you a thing. And then what happened after you pushed him in the back?
He turned around and scratched me like a girl.
How did he scratch you?
From the left top corner of my forehead across to my bottom right eye.
With his nails?
Nails and all. I still got a faint scar.
Well, didn't you report it to the police, sir?
Nope.
Why not?
So I'm a felon. I'm not going to get arrested for someone fighting with me.
What do you mean you're a felon?
I have felony on my record.
What kind of felony?
4 felonies of 3rd degree, 2 criminal mischief, and 2 grand theft.
Criminal mischief is usually not a felony, sir.
When its damages consisted over $500.
What kind of damages, sir?
Damages of property.
And you left?
I left. After.
But
now, see, we're skipping a large part here. After he scratched me, I then hit him. He fell down. He's like, oh, we're supposed to be boys. I then went to walk out. He grabbed me by my leg. I fell over. He tried to get on top of me. I threw him on the wall and walked out.
Do we have any photographs, sir, of the damage to your lip?
I got photographs and all the necessary paperwork. I also have a claim number from the Largo Police Department. They wouldn't release the actual police report because they're a little slow in their paperwork and it's not public record yet.
Tell me your name.
I'm Shannon Lavancia.
Lavancia?
17-year-old girlfriend. I apologize.
Miss Levantia, what capacity you were at the restaurant on the 22nd of May, 2004?
I was there getting a sandwich.
Tell me what happened with regard to any hitting, slapping.
All that I had seen was Nicholas hit Craig. I didn't see Craig swing on Nick at all. Then they wrestled out into the lobby, and that's all I had seen.
Is it possible, Nick, that you were disrespectful or less than courteous towards customers on that day?
We had 20 customers in that line.
I'm just asking you a question.
I was being straightforward with them to get them in and out. I was not trying to spend any time with them. I was not in any way uncourteous
listen
with
to
them.
me very carefully, sir. I didn't ask you for excuses. I said, is it possible that you were being less than courteous to the customers who
Not
were there?
with the customers, no.
Okay. When was your last arrest, Nick?
November 23rd, 2002.
Did you spend any time in jail?
9 months.
When did you get out?
It was actually 215 days. So that'd be June 26, 2003.
And when did you go to work for Mr. Barr?
I can't recall what the actual date was.
What date did he start working for you?
Middle of April. He had worked in another restaurant.
How long do you know him, Mr. Barr?
From the original store.
Only from the original store through business?
Yes, ma'am.
So you gave him an opportunity?
I gave him a second chance to come back into the company.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what happened at your last job, Nick?
I walked out on him.
Why?
I didn't like his work, and I was paid too little.
And despite that, Mr. Barr gave you another opportunity to...
More money, yeah.
So he evidently liked you.
Yeah, because I was good at what I did.
So I'm trying to think of why Mr. Barr, who was a perfectly nice guy,
No.
who gave you to you...
No, he wasn't. Not
Well,
exactly.
He wasn't. Well, according to you, he was.
There was a lot of confrontations up to the point where I wound up living with him.
You say goodbye. You're a big guy. You spend 9 months in prison. You know what it's like to have to fend off people and take care of yourself and be responsible for your own safety, right? You know all about
Exactly.
that. So if somebody is being not nice to you, big boy, pack up and you leave. You chose not to do that. So I don't want to hear that Mr. Barr
That choice was not an option until the end. There was no real...
What do you mean a choice was not an option? You mean you were an indentured servant?
That's not
We
what
don't
I'm
have
trying to
indentured
say.
servitude in this country anymore, sir. You have free will, which means if somebody isn't nice to you, you leave. Nick, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I believe that maybe he knocked your hand off the cash register. That doesn't justify punching him in the face, causing him to have 4 stitches and a permanent scar on his lip, which are reflected in here. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all. Step out. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
No comment.
I wasn't really at fault. He put his hands on me. What can I say? You know, if I knew it was going to be like this, I would have hit him more than once.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Jones versus Dunson. Step forward, please.
School teacher Cheryl Jones is suing studio owner David Dunson for a refund for a children's recording session. Cheryl says David never finished the job.
Looks like we got a lot of show and tell here, but let me see if I can simplify this. Miss Jones, you hired Mr. Dunston for the agreed-upon price of $1,000.
Correct.
To create musical arrangements for children's songs and to use his recording studio in order to record those songs.
Right.
You paid him, according to you, a total of $650.
Right.
Towards the $1,000. Those songs, according to you, that were never completed because he kept moving the studios. Mr. Dunston says that he wants to be able to use that music because he's never been fully paid. Is that right?
Correct.
You say, well, I paid him $650 and I can't use the music and record it because he has the copyright.
We
right?
agreed upon $650 as the agreement. We changed the agreement because he continued to move and he wasn't doing a professional job. So $650 was the new agreement just to use the tracks.
Well, but what you're suing for here before me is your $650 back.
Right.
You want your money back because you didn't get what you bargained for, right?
That's correct.
He wants to be able to record the music because he's copyrighted it already, correct?
I did not.
No.
You've copyrighted the music already.
They're copywritten through my machine when she comes in.
I don't care whether they're copywritten through a machine. She can't do it without your permission, and you have already executed something through a machine so that you have this music copyrighted, according to you.
No, Your Honor.
You don't have copyrights to the music?
No, there's no copyrights with the Congress. The copyrights is when she comes into the studio and it records the date and time when she comes in and recorded her music. It copyrights it then. And then when we finish the song, she takes it and we sign the agreement for her personally, exclusively to use the copyrights.
Have you done that yet?
No, ma'am.
Good. Do you want to record this music for any other purpose? According to you, you do.
Yes.
You say...
those are
Shut up!
I'm sorry.
You say, because she breached the agreement, I should be able to use these songs for my own purposes in the future.
He can't do that. That's my melody.
Well,
he cannot use that with my melody. I sang those songs to him. He created the music around me singing it. That's my melody. He can't use that.
You're suing him for $650 back. I'm going to give you your $650 back. You didn't get what you bargained for. That's all I have to do. Do you understand that, sir? She didn't get what she bargained for. You have to give her back her money. Now, whether you can use these songs or she can use these songs, I don't have to deal with it. She's suing for $650, and you didn't give her a complete track of children's music.
I gave her all 12, Your Honor.
And she's... No. You say here she breached the agreement, and I should be able to use those songs if I want to. Maybe you can, and maybe you can't. I don't have to go there. That's what you say in your defense, sir. So she gets her $650 back. You can hum, he can hum, and I can go home. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused when they step out.
I paid him to do a job, and he didn't do it.
She wanted 12 songs for $650, and I refused.
He wanted money on the back end, and that wasn't going to happen.
12 songs is not worth $650.
Well, I'll just get somebody else to make the beats and to record it, and it's going to be big. You know, I plan on changing the face of educational music.
I started to breastfeed. She says, well, sure, just whip it out.
She raised her sweater, she exposed her breast, and that's what I had a problem with.
It happened in a flash.
She came up out of her chair and hit me across the side of the face.
She was this close. I was afraid.
Should have kept your hands to yourself. I'm not being judgmental. It is a natural occurrence, and you can do it, Chip. And over the course of that brief relationship, you loaned her a substantial amount of money.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And then she broke up with you. She told you she had a new boyfriend. You want your money back.
Correct.
Ms. Clark says she never borrowed any money from you. You gave her money. The money that you advanced to her were gifts. She owes you nothing. When did you find each other on the internet?
That'll be about the October of last year.
How old are you, sir?
27.
Where do you live?
I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
And you?
I live in Martinsville, Virginia.
How old are you, Miss Clark?
27.
How many children do you have?
I have 5 children.
When you met on the internet, did you tell Mr. Carroll about your 5 kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes, she...
You were looking for an instant family?
It didn't matter to me. She seemed like a nice person, so I wanted to get to know her better. And the fact that children never bothered me. I love kids, and I don't have any of my own, but I do have a niece who I adore, and I like children, so that condition didn't bother me.
When did you first meet in person?
Weekend of Halloween.
And how often did you see her?
After that, she came to see me about every other weekend, if not every weekend.
And she would come with or without her children?
She'd come with her children.
Did you all get along?
Yeah, got along pretty great. I took care of them for Christmas, and I bought them Christmas presents, which those were gifts. And then about the beginning of last year, beginning of this year is when I started loaning her the money.
When did you break up?
Beginning of May of this year.
Who broke up with whom?
She called me and told me she didn't want to continue the relationship. She said she needed more time in her life with no men in her life and wanted to get her life straight without a relationship, and that she wanted to stay friends and then maybe one day pick her relationship back up where it left off.
Okay, but you had had a new boyfriend at that point?
Not at the time. Okay. After a little while, I did start seeing somebody else.
When?
A couple weeks.
A couple of weeks. Waited that long, did you?
It was mainly, I was trying to be nice. It was mainly because we argued all the time.
About what?
Pretty much any little thing you could imagine. Every time we were on the phone, we argued.
Okay. Is this the boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
Is he here for any reason?
My witness.
For what?
Money that he was never said that it was a loan.
Well, how would he know that?
Because he was a friend of mine and he was with me all the time.
So you mean while you were dating Mr. Carroll and asking him for money, what's your name?
Triton Horton.
What?
Triton Horton.
First name?
Triton.
Triton. I have to tell that name to my daughter. She likes peculiar names for her children. That's one I haven't heard. Anyway, so Triton was around while you were dating and borrowing money from Mr. Carroll.
I wasn't borrowing any money from Mr. Carroll.
Taking money from Mr. Carroll. How do you like that better?
No.
So Triton was around while you were taking money and seeing Mr. Carroll. That's either a yes or a no, Miss Clark.
Yes, ma'am.
And then he became your boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
2 weeks after you dumped Mr. Carroll.
Yes, ma'am.
Does he live with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Since when?
He's been living with me. Well, he lived with me even when we were together. So did his witness.
So, what's your name?
Myra.
Myra lived with you?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you two meet?
In Virginia Beach. I brought her and her boyfriend back home with me because they...
You met through the plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am.
And she came to live with you, and you were living with yourself,
myself at the time.
Your 5 children, Triton, and Myra.
Actually, they lived with us first, and then Triton had moved in when he had lost his apartment.
He lost his apartment because he didn't have any...
Money.
Money. How much money did you give to her over the period of...
Over the course of January through May, I loaned her well over $5,000 via Western Union, which I have receipts right here for every single one.
Now, tell me how it would come about that you gave her this money.
She would call me and say, you know, I need my bolts are broken on my car, I need to get replaced, or my kids are sick.
Shh, just a second.
My kids are sick, or I'm sick, I need money for food, or I need money for Easter, I need money for car repairs, I need money for my bills, my lights are about to get shut off, my rent's overdue, I'm going to get kicked out of my house, please, honey, help me out.
Please, honey, help me out. And what did you say to her?
Absolutely. I mean, I cared about her and I cared for her children, so I was going to be willing to look out for them. Since we were supposedly dating at the time, I wanted to make sure she was taken care of. So I loaned her the money.
Well, so far I haven't heard anything about a loan, Mr. Carroll. So far I've heard, babe, can you help me out? And I said, sure, because we were, listen to me, Mr. Carroll. Because I said, sure, you know, we were a couple, we were together, I cared for her, you know, and she needed money, so I wanted to help her out.
Well, it was all under the condition she would also say, you know, I promise I'll pay you back. And Myra here, who was with her almost every single time, she would say, I promise I'll pay you back. And I said, well, I need the money back. And I can't just be giving out all this kind of money and not get it back. And I need some, redemption at one point or another. And she's like, I promise I'll pay you back.
Mr. Carroll, let me tell you something. Don't embellish when you come to court. Because I can hear her saying, honey, I promise I'll pay you back. As soon as I get a job, I promise I'll pay you back. But I don't hear you saying to her, listen, I need some redemption at some point. That I don't believe. I believe she probably said to you, honey, I promise I'll pay you back. So don't embellish. Because when things don't sound right to my ears, they're usually not true. We understand each other, Mr. Carroll?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
She was always asking for money about, well, the twins are sick and I need some money, please, so I can get their medication. Yes, she would use some of the money to get the medication, but she was also using the money to buy illegal drugs.
And later today...
Don't stand there and make excuses. You know, you can't get by on good looks. Beauty fades. We're not. Ladies, beauty fades. Dumb is forever.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Martin Carroll says ex-girlfriend Cynthia Clark owes for unpaid loans to pay bills. Martin's witness, Myra Edwards, claims Cynthia used the money to buy drugs.
Can I see those, please? What did he give you the money for, Miss Clark?
One time he sent it for Easter to help get my kids Easter baskets. My twins got sick and he had sent me money for medication. Another time he'd send me money to go down to see him because I couldn't afford a trip by myself. I wasn't working at the time, and I do have 5 children, and he wanted to see me, so he would send me money to come see him.
Go ahead, let me hear the rest.
He also had sent me money to fix my car, well, to get another car because my car was messed up.
All this money that he was sending you, it came out as a result of you placing a telephone call to him to say, honey, I need money, because otherwise he wouldn't have known. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you called him and asked him for money.
Most of the time he offered it to me, but I would talk to him about the problems, and he would offer it to me. You know, I'm here for you. I love you. I'll do anything for you. If you need the help, you know, I'm here for you. I'll send you the money.
Now, all the time he was saying that to you and you were telling him that you needed money for all these things, Mr. Triton over here, he was living in your house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And not working because he didn't have any money, which is why he got thrown out of his own house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Myra, you were living at her house.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you ever present when these phone calls were made
Yes,
asking
Your
for
Honor.
money?
Phone calls were made regularly from her to Martin, and she was always asking for money. Well, the twins are sick, and I need some money, please, so I can get their medication. Yes, she would use some of the money to get the medication, but she was also using the money to buy illegal drugs.
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Shh, just a second. Did you ever hear her say to the plaintiff anything about paying back the money?
She would be crying to him on the phone, talking about she would pay him back. And then she'd get off the phone with him, well, he's a sucker because he should know that I'm not going to pay him back.
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Shh.
That...
How many rooms are in this house?
3 bedrooms.
You had one?
No, ma'am.
Where did you sleep?
On the couch.
No, ma'am, Your Honor. She slept in my bedroom.
Where did Triton sleep?
In the bed with Cindy.
And when did that start?
Around Valentine's Day, because he got out of jail shortly before Valentine's Day.
What were you in jail for?
Probation violation.
Up here. Probation violation for what?
Failing to do my community service.
Community service on what was the underlying charge? Is not an answer.
Felony gun charges.
Were you sentenced to prison on that charge?
I was sent to a year in Henry County Jail.
So that wasn't your first arrest?
No, ma'am, it wasn't.
Right. Okie dokie. And you got out of jail about Valentine's Day?
Yes, just before.
And you moved right back with Miss Clark?
No, ma'am, I didn't move right in with her.
How many days did it take you to move back in with her?
It was more than a few weeks. I had got my own apartment, and then we made an agreement with Myra and her boyfriend that they could move into my apartment since they were sleeping in Cindy's bed.
Now, when she moved out with her boyfriend, where did you move to?
I moved to the air mattress and the living room floor.
You mean you moved out of your apartment where you had a nice, comfortable bed and you slept on the floor? You want me to believe that?
The apartment was a rat's nest.
And that's why she moved in there, because it was a rat's nest.
That's because she didn't want to live there no more.
Miss Clark, I don't believe that there was a contract that was made between you and the plaintiff that I can characterize as a loan. I think that she would call you, ask you for money, you loved her, you gave her the money, because it was your intention that the two of you were going to spend your lives together. That be a fair statement?
I wanted to build a relationship. I don't know how long term, but I wanted to, I was looking out for her and kids, and the only reason I did it was on the assumption that she would pay me back. She would always tell me she'd pay me back.
Listen to my question.
Okay.
How did you think she was going to pay you back? With what?
She said
wampum?
She said when she got a job, she'd start paying me back.
Okay, listen. This is somebody whose business is making babies. She's 27 years old. She has 5 children. She has no money. She relies on the largesse of others. She finally got herself a job. She's got a boyfriend who can't, I was going to say who can't get himself arrested, but that wouldn't be true. So you listen to me very carefully, sir. I don't believe that you had what I would consider a valid contract with her to repay you this money. However, I believe that you're entitled to the money from her because I believe she defrauded you. I believe she led you to believe that you were in a monogamous relationship with her. And based on that monogamous relationship that was working towards something that could have been permanent, she was asking you for money. And I believe that all the time she was asking you for money, she was making a fool out of you with Mr. Triton. So she got that money from you fraudulently, and she has to return it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bodyguard, excuse me, step out.
No, I did not fraudulate him.
The whole time we were supposedly together, she was cheating on me with Trayton.
I should have told him.
She's a lying, trifling.
I'm just glad it's over.
Just watch your back.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Henry versus Parsons, Spurlock, Smith. Step forward.
Registered nurse Marianne Henry is suing her son's former friends, 18-year-olds Annie Parsons, Amy Spurlock, and Taylor Smith, for scratching his Honda Civic.
Mrs. Henry, which one of these two young men is your son?
Right here in the sport coat. Joshua.
Joshua, you know these three young beauties?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you know them?
I went to school with them.
You were on a camping trip with them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Had you ever dated these girls?
No, Your Honor.
Did you ever want to date these girls?
No, Your Honor.
Were you friends?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to your mother's complaint, because you were driving her truck. Is it a truck or a car?
It was a car.
Car. These three lovelies decided to pull a little bit of a practical joke, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what you did to Miss Henry's car. Well, that was parked at the campgrounds on the 26th of June.
Well, I guess I can tell this part. This whole thing started...
What's your name?
I'm Amy Spurlock.
Go ahead.
Well, it all started because we took Josh's keys because he was really drunk and we didn't know if he was going to drive or we didn't know, so we took him and he was really...
Where did you take his keys from?
My boyfriend took his keys and then I had his keys. I took the keys from my boyfriend.
Why?
Because Josh was saying that he wanted to leave.
Just a second. That doesn't tell me how his tent got on top of his car.
Well, he became upset with us because we wouldn't give him his keys back. We went up to his tent because he went up there, he was mad at us, and he went up and went to bed.
What did you do when you went up to his tent?
We went up to his tent, and just as a joke, because, you know, he always messes with us. You know, when you go to parties, everybody just messes with people, and we were taking, like, the poles out of the tent to make it collapse or whatever, as a joke. And then we did that a few times.
So you took the poles out of his tent and it collapsed on him?
Yes.
How many times did you do that?
I would say maybe 3.
Then what happened?
And then he got really upset and he came up because his tent was...
Just a second. What happened when he got upset?
And then he came back to our campsite and was like screaming and punching tents and just going crazy.
So he was angry?
Yes.
And then what happened, Amy?
And then we all went back down there.
Who's we all?
Myself, Annie, Taylor. There was...
You're Taylor?
Yes, ma'am. There was like maybe 3 other people.
Okay.
And we all went down there and he wasn't there and we were looking for him. And I took the poles out of his tent, like all the way out of his tent. And then I was dragging it over to his car and another young man put the tent on top of his car.
Why did you go up looking for him?
Because the place where we were is in the middle of nowhere. The only thing there is a Texaco and a prison. And everyone was joking around that night saying that 2 people had escaped from the prison, which I don't know if that's a true story or not. But that.
Why did you go up looking
for him?
We were
concerned for him. We didn't know where he went because he was mad at us. And we went, honestly, we went looking for him because we were going to be like, you know, Josh, we're sorry.
All right, so now you don't find him. You're looking for him, and you're so concerned because these 2 mass murderers have escaped from prison that you pull the poles out of his tent. How did you think that that was going to help find him?
That's not what I was thinking. It was a joke.
No, just a second. But how could you be joking at this point if you're concerned for his safety?
I was angry with him because he had called me names.
Just a second. But then you didn't go up looking for him because you were concerned for his safety. You went up there looking for him because you were angry. Which one is it?
It was pretty much both. I mean...
Get out. Can I see the... Listen, they would know the truth if it came up and slapped them in the face. Can I see the pictures of your car, please?
Yes, ma'am. Here are the pictures of the photos, and I also...
And the estimates to have it fixed.
Ma'am, the estimate came from her body shop that she owns.
I don't give a rat's behind whether it came from her body shop or it came from her nephew's body shop or her husband's body shop. When you do the wrong thing, what happens is you cannot expect to be treated fairly by everybody. You did the wrong thing. Don't stand there and make excuses. You know, you can't get by on good looks. Beauty fades.
We're not.
Ladies, beauty fades. Dumb is forever.
But we're not trying to make excuses. We're just saying that.
You did make an excuse. Put your hand. I'm speaking. You did make an excuse. You said we were concerned. We went up there looking for him because 2 prisoners escaped. Your girlfriend then, because she was so concerned, took the poles out of his tent so that somebody else could drag it over and throw it on his car. Get a life.
But we weren't the only ones there. There were other people there that she's
Then
not...
this is what you have to do. You have to pay $1,000 to have this car repainted, and if you think somebody else was responsible too, then you can sue them and say, I want to be indemnified for part of the money. But right now, it's your bag. Do you get it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I actually was sitting in a tractor when they drove by and watched them do it in the headlights.
There's no way a nylon tent with no poles in it can cause $1,000 worth of damage to a car. It's just common sense.
I guess our friendships are over.
It was all just a joke.
A night on the town.
You a little drunk?
A little bit.
Winds up in pieces.
Tell me how your jacket broke the window.
I ripped it off and flung it to the side, and as I did, broke their window.
Well, show me how you do that, sir. Hit the window.
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy jacket.
Judge Judy.
So it was the jacket that broke the window. Yeah. So it's not your fault. And who has to pay for his window?
I don't think I should.
Well, who should be? Bird should pay for his window?
Sounds fair to me.
I'm asking you who should pay for the window.
Year-old health aid worker Tiffany Johnson for vandalism to her 2000 Dodge Neon. Tiffany is countersuing, claiming April vandalized her Kia Optima.
Come to order, all rise. Quiet in the courtroom, all rise. Aye, aye. Your Honor, this is case number 255 on the calendar in the matter of Thomas versus Johnson. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Anybody who's been to court before, raise your hand. Were you a litigant?
No, traffic court.
And you?
Criminal court.
Criminal court.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you weren't a prosecutor.
No.
Right?
No.
Good. So we all know what court's about. Court's about telling the truth.
Truth.
So that's what we're going to do today, right, ladies?
Yes.
I have cross complaints. Each of you claim that the other damaged their car purposely by breaking windows. And each of you say, I didn't do her window, and I didn't do her window.
I didn't do her window.
I didn't do her window.
She has a child with him.
No.
With who?
With my cousin. He's not here.
Where is he?
He's in jail.
Ah! He's in jail. A testament to your good judgment.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, there was some sort of altercation involving the two of them, your cousin and his then ex-girlfriend and the mother of his child. And since then, there's been some bad blood between the two of you. So I want you to tell me when you claim she damaged your car, where the car was, and who witnessed it.
Okay. My car was at my house in my driveway. It was about 5:30 a.m. I don't have the specific date. I know it was in July. I wasn't there. I have a witness that says that shows everywhere where I was at. That says...
Which one is the witness?
She's the witness to who I was with, and he's the witness that seen her damage my car.
Well, I don't care who you were with. I'm not your social secretary. I just want to know who saw her damage your car.
Okay, he saw her damage my car,
ma'am.
Rick.
Okay, step up. Tell me your name.
My name is Rick Howard.
How do you know her, Rick?
I used to work with her a couple years ago.
And what were you doing up at 5:30 in the morning on this date in July that we don't remember?
Smoking a cigarette.
Where?
On her balcony.
What were you doing in her house?
She went out of town, so I was staying there, house sit, because she had problems with... She has problems with her neighbors, so I was staying there.
So you got up very early, you went out on the balcony to smoke a cigarette.
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you see?
I heard an alarm go off, so I went downstairs because I thought it was my car, because my car's been stolen before. When I ran downstairs and I turned the corner, I seen Tiffany standing behind the car, like, with a blunt object in her hand.
With a what?
Blunt object.
And did you know Tiffany before?
I don't know her, but I know of her.
No. When you say you know of her, had you seen her before?
Yes.
No.
Where had you seen her before?
At a high school.
How many years ago?
About 4 years ago.
And you hadn't seen her in 4 years?
No.
Get to you in a minute.
Okay.
What did you say to her?
I was like, "Hey." I just yelled out, "Hey."
And when you yelled out A, what did she do?
She left.
How did she leave?
She got in her car.
What kind of car?
A white car.
So what did you do?
I went back upstairs.
Well, didn't you go and look to see what happened to her car?
Nah, I figured that the window was broken because I heard the window break. So I went back
What do
upstairs.
you mean you figured that the window was broken? You mean you didn't go over to look at the car?
No.
You figured it wasn't your car, you didn't have any...
No, it wasn't that it wasn't my car. It was just that I heard the window break. So she had an object in her hand, so I figured that the window was broken. So I went back upstairs to get my phone, and then I came back downstairs.
When you got your phone, who did you call?
I called April.
Where was she?
Somewhere in the Bay Area.
And you told her what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Did you call the police?
Another lady who was standing across the street, I called the police.
Did the police arrive that day?
Yes, I did.
Did you speak to the police?
Yes, I did.
Did you give them a description of the person that you saw?
Yes.
Did you tell them who it was?
Yes.
You told them by name?
Yes.
Did you get the name from Miss Thomas, or did you get the name from knowing her yourself from high school?
Thomas told me her name from a picture, because she has a picture of her in her house.
So when you told her somebody just came and busted the window out of your car, and they had a white car, and she said to you it must have been Miss Johnson, is that right?
She didn't say it must have been Miss Johnson. Like, she looked familiar from the pictures that she has in her house, and that's how I recognized her, other than I knew her from high school.
What are you doing with the picture of her in your house?
I have a picture of her and her son at my house. We have like a lot of family gatherings, and she comes because her son is included in our family. And when we were tight, we used to take pictures, and I'd keep them in my house. And even though that they're not together, that's still his mother, so I would have the pictures.
Okay. Now, Miss Johnson, let's get to you.
Okay.
Nope, I didn't ask you a question yet. Don't start. You may be seated. Now, it is your claim that Miss Thomas busted a window in your car.
Yes.
When do you claim she did that?
And this was in June. I never seen him a day in my life.
I didn't ask you anything about that. I asked you about your car.
Okay, this is the real story. We was at a club. We went to a
Listen
club
to me.
in June.
I'm in charge here.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You didn't call the police?
No.
You didn't speak to her afterwards and say, you better fix my car?
No.
You mean you just got even?
No, but she's trying to say...
No. I asked you a question.
No.
I think you did.
And later today...
Who should pay for his window?
They weren't antagonizing the situation.
I'm asking you who should pay for the window.
They should pay for it.
Who's they?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. April Thomas says her cousin's ex-girlfriend, Tiffany Johnson, vandalized her Dodge Neon by breaking her window. Tiffany says April did the same thing to her car.
In what month do you claim she damaged your car?
June 25th.
What time on the 25th
like
of June?
12:30 to 1 o'clock.
In the morning?
No, at nighttime. Yeah, morning, yeah. It is morning.
Where was your car?
At a club.
So tell me what happened.
I was parking. My cousin pulled in first. I was parking my car. And as I was parking my car, Miss Thomas jumped in front of my car and told me I cannot park here. She is saving this park for my friend, and she's on the freeway to get there.
So you're moving into a spot. She blocks the spot, and she says, I'm saving it.
Yes.
And you said?
You can't save a park. You can't stand and save a park. It's free parking. My car was, I was so close to hitting her for her just standing in front of my car. So I just parked my car and got out. And she started...
Just a second. So she's standing in the parking space, and you said, well, you're going to get run over, but I'm parking here.
Yes.
So you parked there in the spot.
Yes.
Okay, and she ultimately moved out of the way.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
It was my friend's birthday. That's how I remember the date, because we were all going out. And as I got out my car, she's talking about, you don't want it like this, or you already know about these hands. You don't want to see nobody in my family. We just started talking a lot, talking to me, I don't want this, and I just walked away. So we walked down the street by the clubs, then we walked to Old Sacramento, and I just had a funny...
Holy. You went to the club. What happened when you got to the club?
We didn't go in because it was about to close anyways.
And from there you went back to your car?
I went to Old Sacramento, walked to Old Sac.
I don't know where that is, nor do I really care. When did you go back to your car?
In like 20 minutes.
20 minutes after you parked your car and had this altercation with the plaintiff, you went back to your car. And what did you find when you went back to your car?
1,000 pieces of glass broke all over my driver's window. And it was so many people out there telling me, the girl that you just
Don't tell me what anybody else said. Driver's window.
Yes.
What window of your car was broken?
My back windshield.
Okay, so you found your window broken.
Yes.
Now, other than the fact that you had had this altercation with her about the parking space,
yes,
did anyone else who was here today witness her damaging the car?
Crystal.
Crystal. I'm going to take your testimony, Crystal. Step up. Crystal, how do you know Miss Johnson?
I don't know her.
Where do you work?
I stay at home with my son.
And what were you doing at 1 o'clock in the morning on June 25th?
I was going to the club, too.
Who were you going with?
Some friends.
Tell me what you saw.
Okay, Tiffany had pulled up. April jumped in front of her, told her she couldn't park, and then Tiffany parked anyways. Got out of the car, started walking off. April started yelling at her. Tiffany walked off. One of April's friends had pulled up a couple minutes later, and they had got in the car, drove off, came back like a few minutes later. April had got out of the passenger side, threw something at Tiffany's car, and jumped in the car and took off.
And how come you stayed around the parking area that long?
Because I was sitting in the car across the street talking to some friends.
How did it come about that you met Miss Johnson and told her what happened to her car?
Well, we were still there when she come walking back.
So you told her what you saw?
Yeah.
Did you call the police, Miss Johnson?
No.
How come?
It was late at night. I just knew it was her. That's why I didn't even call the police, because I didn't even think it would go this far with me and her. I know April for a long time.
Well, did you call her the next day?
No, I asked her cousin, my son's dad, told me that she was going around the family acting like she done something very well. And he was mad because all the glass that was in my car, my son cut his hand.
So you mean you didn't call the police?
No.
And you didn't speak to her afterwards and say, you better fix my car?
No.
I don't understand that. You mean you just got even?
No, but she's trying to say...
No. I asked you a question.
No.
I think you did.
Okay, I did.
That's my girl. That's it.
Yeah.
You didn't get mad.
No.
You got even.
Yeah.
Love it.
Like when it works.
Like it when it works, right?
Yep.
Very good. So how much did it cost you to fix your window?
Can I add that also she must have stuck something in my door lock because it doesn't turn anymore.
How much did it cost? Listen.
I'm listening.
How much did it cost to fix your window?
It was $344 for the window, and it came to $253 for the tint.
For the what?
The tint on the window is tinted black.
Why?
Because all my windows are tinted black to keep the sun out.
$344, is that right? It cost you to fix the window?
Yes.
How much did it cost you to fix your window?
$300, and I had to get a rental car because I have to wait till my window to come in.
It cost you just about the same amount of money.
Yes.
Right? Did you both feel good afterwards?
No.
Mama? Did you feel good?
I didn't do anything.
Oh,
sure you
gosh,
did.
Yes, you did.
Of course
she
you
is
did.
a devil in disguise.
Of course you did. Now, my only problem with both of you is, I mean, you're acting like children.
Yeah.
Which is, shh. You're acting like children. The only problem that I have with both of you is, why do you visit your childish behavior on the court system? Why do we have to become involved in your childish behavior? You both did something wrong. It ends up costing you both money, right?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Case is dismissed.
Excuse me, you may step out.
I didn't think it would come this far with her breaking my window. I admitted that I went back and broke hers.
She thinks that I broke into her car when I didn't, so it's just plain out ignorance.
I guess she want to be like me, but she can't.
You can see that she's ignorant. She doesn't know the day from night, from 12 a.m. to 12 noon.
I'm cuter than her.
She is just really anal and acts like a true baby mama. We would call it ghetto.
Her attitude is ugly, just like her face.
She's a sloppy CH.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Terry versus Barnes. Step forward, please.
General contractor Stephen Terry is suing his neighbor, 24-year-old restaurant manager Roger Barnes, for throwing a rock through the front window of his house. Roger says Stephen's brother was antagonizing him.
Mr. Terry, Mr. Barnes is your neighbor. It's your claim that on a particular date, which you'll tell me in a moment, he came to your house, he was drunk, he took a rock, he threw it through your window, you wanted to pay for the window. Mr. Barnes says it wasn't a rock that broke your window, it was his jacket that broke your window and its heavy buttons, so he's not paying for your window, right?
Right.
What date did he break your window?
It was St. Patrick's Day this year.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Are you Irish?
Nope.
But you celebrate with the Irish?
Yeah.
Were you celebrating on St. Patrick's Day?
Yes.
Were you a little drunk?
A little bit.
Okay, so your jacket broke the window?
Yeah.
No, not yet. Yes was good. Yes was good before. Yes, so you should stick to yes.
Yes.
Tell me how it came about that your jacket broke the window.
Well, actually, I was at my house with my brother here. He's a witness.
Just get to the window, will you please?
All right, well, we got an argument.
I'm interested in the jacket. How the jacket, which was on your body initially, left your body, according to you, caused the breaking of Mr. Terry's window.
Well, I was outside, and we were in a big argument. And
Who was in an argument?
His brother and this guy named Eric. And basically, I thought I was going to have to defend myself against these two guys, and I ripped it off and flung it to the side, and as I did, it broke their window.
Well, show me how high the window was, sir.
It's about, at the bottom of the window.
But when you say you flung your jacket, you indicated you flung the jacket to the ground.
Like this. Over that way.
Now, show me how you do that, sir. Show me how you get up high enough to hit the window.
Yeah,
Don't hit Mr. Terry again.
Sorry. You could feel it. It's a pretty heavy jacket.
So it was the jacket that broke the window. Yeah. So it's not your fault.
Well, if they wouldn't have been antagonizing me outside, it would have never happened. I was trying to leave and go back to my house. You know, we were in a big argument.
Let me ask you this question. Was Mr. Terry there?
Mr. Terry was there, but he was in
he
the house.
antagonizing you?
No, Stephen wasn't.
And who has to pay for his window?
Well, I don't think I should.
Well, who should be? Bird should pay for his window?
No.
Maybe I should pay for his window.
No.
Maybe this camera person should pay for his window.
No.
What do you think? No? Who should pay for his window?
If they weren't antagonizing the situation...
I'm asking you who should pay for the window.
I think they should pay for it.
Who's they?
Stephen and Ryan.
But he wasn't responsible in any way, sir.
I know.
It's not his jacket. Did you get beat up that day?
Nope.
So maybe you were wrong about them trying to antagonize you. You think it's possible that the libation that you consumed on St. Patrick's Day impaired your judgment? Is that a possibility, Mr. Barnes?
Well, they just set me off.
Is that a possibility that the libation that you consumed on St. Patrick's Day impaired your judgment, sir?
Probably had a little bit to do with it, but not much.
All right. I'm not going to torture you much more, sir. This is my daily exercise. It's my breathing exercise for the day. You understand that? Do you think that the fact that you were drinking had more to do with the fact that the window got broken than Mr. Terry?
Well, I mean, if his brother wasn't outside...
Not his brother.
Okay.
He's not right. I'm not my brother's keeper. I'm talking about Mr. Terry.
Okay, no.
So that your drinking had more to do with the window than Mr. Terry's...
Than Stephen did, yeah.
So this is what I suggest you do, sir. How much was the window?
I have a bill for everything. I'm a contractor. I fixed it myself. So
good. How much was it?
$500.
What?
It's an old window. It broke both the panes, and they're old windows.
You're only suing for $325, sir, so don't tell me that you paid $500 to have the window fixed.
I didn't pay for it. That's how much I would charge to do it myself, but that's okay.
How much did you pay for it?
For the glass and the materials?
Yeah.
$100.
$100. And you are a contractor, so you bill for your time. Is that right? And how much do you get paid for an hour?
$55.
$55 an hour. How many hours did it take you?
7.
Suing for $325. That's very reasonable for a window. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you, Mr. Barnes. I want you to listen to me very carefully, because you're not clouded by libation now, are you? If you believe that it's somebody else's fault that your jacket that was on your back broke Mr. Terry's window, I suggest that after you pay Mr. Terry $325, you sue those people that you think are responsible. Is that fair?
Sounds fair to me.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $325. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I thought it was short and sweet.
It's totally unfair. They didn't hear my side of the story at all.
I gave him plenty of opportunity to take care of it himself, and he failed to do so.
I screamed at him, "Get out of my house."
Basically, I was trying to leave the house.
Things started getting out of control.
I ripped my jacket off, flung it to the side, broke their window. It was cheap, old.
I was out on the porch. He was drinking several beers.
I just lost it.
Words being slurred in such a manner, and stumbling and inexplicable violence.
They made some smart remarks about my dead father, which set me off in the first place.
He has a tendency to get a little bit violent when he drinks.
I just think he was pretty much didn't know what he was doing. Had that to the point of blacking out.
Booze and that stuff really doesn't mix.
Now, how was your car damaged?
He kicked the bumper, keyed the driver's side door.
Did he cause trouble with his neighbors?
He was having difficulty controlling his emotions.
He's having difficulty controlling his temper, just like he is now. Uncross your hands, Mr. Duncan.
Or is he trouble?
Has your son been under psychiatric care at any time?
No.
Judge Judy.
I believe that your son...
Her BMW was vandalized by Gregory Duncan. Gregory denies the charge and claims Kimberly has been harassing him and his girlfriend.
Would you show these to Mr. Duncan, please? All right, Mr. Duncan, I'll hear you.
Well, now I guess we both get an opportunity to see what these pictures are about, because this is the first we have heard even what the specifics are.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that. Were you present when your son came out of the courthouse that day?
Yes, I was. I exited the court with him. He did not kick the door open. I went out with him. We did discuss the situation that occurred inside the courtroom with the bailiffs on the outside. He did walk away at that point. I watched him walk away. His friend had called him on his cell phone and was picked up and taken home. And the bailiff situation that they're referring to, they asked for the bailiff to escort them to their vehicle because they were afraid.
What were they afraid of, Mrs. Duncan?
Because as they want to say, he was screaming and yelling. He was not screaming and yelling, but
Miss Duncan, Miss Duncan.
This was a restraining order
Duncan,
issue.
I'm speaking.
So,
I'm speaking. Has your son been under psychiatric care at any time in his 19 years?
No.
Is he currently taking any medication?
No.
You were in a courthouse with him, and clearly, when he was in that courthouse, he behaved inappropriately. Would you say that that is correct?
Yes.
That he could not control his temper. In a courtroom, would you say that's correct?
I would say that he was having difficulty controlling his emotions. Because
he was having difficulty controlling his temper.
He was being falsely accused.
He was having difficulty controlling his temper, just like he is now. Uncross your hands, Mr. Duncan. Civilized people behave a certain way, Mrs. Duncan. And what you're not supposed to do is you're not supposed to make excuses for an adult child who has behaved badly. That's not to say that your son is a bad person. I don't think he's a bad person necessarily. I think that his girlfriend and he have had some difficulties with the plaintiff, and it was trying to be resolved in an orderly fashion in a court setting. And your son could not control himself, which should leave a parent with some pause. I've had 5 children who were 19 years old. If any of my children couldn't control themselves in a courtroom, believe me, I would say, I got to get this child some help. He can't control himself now. Don't you see that?
I wanted to say something, and
Go
I
ahead.
have a feeling I'll forget before I say it.
Go ahead.
Do you have any daughters or just sons?
Both.
You have both. Have you ever had anyone say to your daughter, "I'm going to rape you outside of your class because you get out of school at night"? Have you ever had your daughter go out to her car at night after her night classes and see her tires slit? Because that's what happened to my girlfriend. Her son has said those things many times.
Mr. Duncan.
It's very irritating.
Mr. Duncan, has the plaintiff ever said anything to you or your girlfriend that would have required or given you license to behave the way you did in a courtroom? I'm not talking about her son. I'm talking about the plaintiff.
Yeah, she called and left a message that we're going to get him. We're going to get him after this court thing happened.
I'm not talking about after, sir. I'm talking about before.
Oh, God.
Miss Duncan, listen to me, madam. I think that you're not seeing the entire picture here. I think that you're being very short-sighted with your son's needs. I believe that your son needs some help. I've been in this business for over 30 years. I'm telling you, he needs assistance. And if he were my 19-year-old son, I would see to it that he gets that assistance, even if it's just anger management assistance. But I think he needs it. Clearly, he has a problem with his memory, as he's indicated.
I said that to you.
Shh, 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 shh. Mr. Duncan, shh. As he's indicated, do you see? He has a problem, Mr. Duncan. I don't think he's a bad young man, but I think that you're being short-sighted if you don't help him. What's the damage to the car?
They came back between $2,600 and $2,900, but I only sued for $1,800.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,800. That's all. Thank you.
Can I read now, please? Sure.
I think it's self-explanatory, and I think she did the right thing.
It's actually fairly ridiculous that somebody would have to do this to somebody.
That was mild today. He was on good behavior.
It's just amazing to me.
I hope it's the end of it.
I sure hope so. I really do sure hope so.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Frazier versus Sykes, step forward.
20-year-old student Donald Frazier is suing fellow student 20-year-old Eric Sykes for ruining his Dell laptop. Donald claims during a night of heavy drinking, Eric urinated on the computer.
You gentlemen go to college?
Yes, ma'am.
What school are you going to at the time of this incident?
College of Charleston, South Carolina.
And you?
College of Charleston.
And you?
They're the same, ma'am.
You belong to a fraternity, Mr. Frazier.
No,
you?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
You?
No, ma'am.
So you get drunk, dumb, and stupid all on your own. Is that what we're talking about?
College student Donald Frazier says while in a drunken stupor, fellow student Eric Sykes urinated on his laptop computer.
Hi, Mr. Frazier, it is your claim that while he was drunk and in a stupor, Mr. Sykes, after an evening of partying, was at your house and ruined your computer.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Sykes says, A, I don't remember ruining your computer. B, you have no proof it was me. It could have been other people there, and I don't know why you picked me. And for that, I say amen, because I don't know why you picked me. So you want to tell me in 30 seconds or less, Mr. Frazier, how Mr. Sykes damaged your computer and how you know it was Mr. Sykes that damaged your computer rather than one of your other drunken friends.
Okay. I went to sleep. Eric was sitting back.
This is Eric.
This is Eric, yes. Eric was sitting back in a chair, seemingly passed out. And what I found when I woke up was Eric sleeping on a couch 10 feet from my computer. My computer was on a white mini fridge like this. I went to my computer to turn on some music, and I found something wet on it. And I thought maybe it was water or a drink. Got closer, started to clean it up, smelled it, and realized that it was neither water or a drink. It was urine. And this was very disturbing to me. I woke everybody up.
How many people did you wake up?
My roommate.
And where was your roommate?
I shared a room with one of my roommates. He was in his bed. And my other roommate had his own room. He was in his bed.
And how long had you been drinking the night before?
I hadn't been drinking extensively because I had to be at work. I had to get up before everybody else.
What's extensively?
I probably had 3 beers.
And what about your two roommates? Were they drinking with you?
Mm-hmm.
Were they still sleeping when you got up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is this one of your roommates?
No, this is my witness, Daniel, who...
Oh, good. So we have a witness to him urinating into your computer.
Well, 4 days...
Well is not an answer.
4 days after this incident, Daniel woke up to the sound of Eric peeing on his coffee table under the same circumstance, very intoxicated.
So what you're suggesting is that Mr. Sykes needs a roadmap to the potty.
Yes, ma'am. If you, my picture here?
No, I don't want to see the picture.
Right.
It's on top of that. What you're suggesting is because it was a white refrigerator, he got confused.
Yes, ma'am.
It's possible.
Okay.
It's possible. Go ahead.
When we woke up, Eric said 3 things that were most important. He said he did not remember being there, that he did not know where he was when he woke up, and after discussing it, after waking everybody up, he said that he thought that he probably did it. And at this point, I was going to do everything I could to make sure that the computer maybe could work. I dried it out to make sure, because I wanted to fix it, you know, even if it had urine.
All right, I hear you. Did you have an accident on his computer?
Not to my knowledge, ma'am.
So you don't know. You were too drunk to know what you were doing the night before. Is that what you're telling me?
Like you said, I didn't recall coming to his house.
Well, let me ask you this question. When you got up in the morning, Eric, you were wearing your clothes?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of clothes were you wearing?
I do not recall at the time.
Well, were you wearing jeans? Were you wearing a tuxedo? Were you wearing a SpongeBob costume? What were you wearing? You woke up in the morning. Were your pants wet?
No, ma'am.
Was your fly zipped?
To my knowledge, yes.
Well, when you got up, did your pants fall down?
No.
Anything else you want to tell me, Mr. Frazier?
There's a lot of things on the computer beyond the cost of the claim, such as pictures and things that'll be gone unless...
So your first problem is you haven't established that old Eric here peed on your computer.
Eric knows he did it. All his friends know that he did it. He admitted it to me that morning, but he didn't want to...
Mr. Frazier, listen to me. In court, you need proof. And the fact that he was drunk and in the room doesn't mean that that's sufficient proof for a court that he damaged your computer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, it's not the kind of case where we're going to take DNA evidence to establish the case. You could, perhaps, if you wanted to, but you didn't do that.
I figured it was maybe more expensive than the computer itself.
It may have been, but certainly on the facts that you've presented to me today, it is very possible that old Eric here is the culprit. Right, Eric?
It's possible.
But this is a court. We don't deal in possibilities. We deal in proof. And you don't have any proof. And the fact that 4 days later he was peeing on somebody else's coffee table is not proof.
Under the same conditions, highly intoxicated.
What can I tell you? You should have closed your computer and put it away. Now, if Eric knows that he damaged your computer and he looks like a nice young man, maybe he would want to contribute to a new one for you. But I certainly, from a judicial standpoint, can't find him guilty because you don't have any proof that he is guilty other than the fact that he was drunk and sleeping in the living room. Got it? Case is dismissed. That's all.
Why you guys excuse me? Step out.
I know he did it. All of our friends know he did it.
We had been partying. Sure, I got wasted.
He said that he probably did it.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I did my best. I brought a witness that had seen him pee on his coffee table.
It's just 2 wasted nights.
It's just unfortunate that I'm gonna have to pay for this myself.
I feel horrible about the computer.
I was obviously pretty angry.
I wish it wouldn't have gone down the way it went down.
This is not an attack at Eric's character.
I feel no shame or embarrassment. I'm not too worried about what folks think about me. I'm me and I like it.
He's a nice guy. He messed up.
I hate the relationship between me and Donald now.
It does bother me. Of course.
We were better friends, and now it's just, it's impossible to be friends.
What are you gonna do?
I think it'll be a funny story years down the way.
They were married for 20 years.
You want a divorce?
Yes.
The violence.
He raised his hand. I was concerned that he was going to hit me.
The accusations.
There's been drug and alcohol problem.
Can I respond to that?
No.
And a surge of lies.
Your wife flooded your boat.
A wall of water knocks me out of the boat.
Crazy people.
Judge, you may be seated. Folks, have a seat, please.
Mr. McMahon, how long have you and the defendant been married?
11 years before separation.
Altogether, how many years have you been married?
20 years.
And how long has it been since the two of you lived together?
9.
You have children?
Yes.
How many children?
1.
How old is that child?
He's 17.
Your complaint says that your wife flooded your boat while she was out on the lake. Your boat was out on the lake, and she decided to sort of vandalize your boat while she was in her wave runner. That's what the case is about, that she seized the motor because she flooded the boat, and you want her to pay for the damage to the boat. But I have a few questions before I get there. When I read in your complaint that you and the defendant were separated for almost 10 years, I wondered why two people, if they're separated for almost 10 years, are not divorced.
Well, it was filed in 96, and...
Who filed for divorce in 1996?
I did.
Okay.
So it's gone on for mostly assets, whose is what it's worth. It's gone to mediation, status conference hearings year after year. We're presently mediation. They should have the following report. Should be ended.
Are you a
this
very
month.
rich man?
No, ma'am.
Are you a very rich woman?
No.
Well, then what are we arguing about?
I don't know.
What are we arguing about?
Well, we had quite a bit of assets.
Like what?
We had a business together. We had been together for 20 years, so...
No, you haven't been together for 20 years. You've been together 11 years.
Well, we lived together for a few years before, but we had vehicles and a lot of assets through our business.
Miss McMahon, how old are you?
I'm 48.
So that at the time that you and your husband separated, you were 39 years old. Is that right? A young woman. And you want a divorce?
Yes.
How old are you?
50.
You have a girlfriend?
Yes.
Is that this lady?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been together?
4 years now.
You have a boyfriend?
Yes, I do.
How long have you been together?
About a year.
It's time.
Yes, ma'am.
I know. You two people are taking that very precious window. If you think of it this way, you're close to 50. For almost 20% of your life, you've been feuding. I mean, if you think about it. If you think about the fact that you don't grow up really until you're 20, and you're almost 50, that means for almost a third of your life, you've been feuding. You, a little less than that. Is that ridiculous? Ridiculous! Do you have lawyers?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a lawyer?
Not anymore, because I've spent so much money on attorneys.
Right. Crazy people. All right. Tell me about this flooding of your boat.
Well, as in the police report, we spend a year every year at the river for 10 days.
Who does?
My girlfriend and myself. So on the second day of our vacation, I went for a boat ride in the morning, and the boat wasn't running right, so I was adjusting the idle. The next thing I know, a wall of water hits me, almost knocks me out of the boat, and the engine locks up.
And that was your wife?
Yes.
And did you see how she sprayed your boat and you with a wall of water?
Well, at the time I didn't see it because I was working on the engine, but when everything cleared and settled down, I looked, and there she was on the wave runner with her soon-to-be daughter-in-law. And I yelled at her, I said, "You idiot, you have no idea what you've just done." And she says, "You happens at the river," and drove off.
Nice.
Very nice.
And your boat was damaged?
Very much so, yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, after the bilge pumps came on, we had to bail the water out to keep it from sinking because it's been swamped before by bigger boats and it sank, so she knew what she was doing. We put it on the trailer. We had to walk on the trailer because the engine didn't run.
You have a picture of this boat?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see it, please? While I'm looking at it, how big is this river?
It's 17 miles long from dam to dam.
So it's a big river.
Yes, Colorado
You just
River.
happened to find yourself in the same place at the same time?
No, the mediator explained to us that he let her know we were going on vacation and weren't available for a court appearance. And I think it was intentional that she was there at the same time we were.
Oh, so you had a court appearance?
Yes, and we canceled because of our vacation and our work schedules. We went to the river, and we missed the court date, and obviously he told her that where we were going to be.
How long in advance was this court date scheduled?
Probably 60 days.
So 2 months?
Yeah.
And you had to pick that time to go on vacation? Don't you want to get this whole process over with?
Oh, I'd love to.
So why'd you go on vacation when you had a court appearance?
Well, because we weren't ready for the status conference hearing. The mediator wasn't ready, wasn't done with his
like
report.
what? What did you need?
Well, I needed him to finish his report, and he couldn't finish it.
Finish
in
his
that
report
time.
about what?
About the business assets. We had an auto repair business that lasted a whole year and a half, and Mrs. McMahon thinks it's worth millions of dollars.
And did you sell it?
No. Just closed
Well,
the
what do you
doors
think
on
happened to the business?
He actually moved the business to his residence.
Yeah.
In Carlsbad from our business in Oceanside. The lot that we had there was over an acre lot, so he had plenty of room to do auto repairs.
You're not talking about, you know, Boeing.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He sued me for paternity on our son.
Oh, you thought that it might not be your child?
Biologically, he's not my child. No.
Oh, my goodness, how you people screwed up your lives. I just can't believe it.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Steve McMahon says his estranged wife, Cheryl McMahon, flooded his boat, nearly sinking it. Cheryl says the incident was instigated by Steve's anger.
Madam, you're talking about, at best, a little mom-and-pop operation out of his house. Is that what you are holding hope of getting millions of dollars out of?
No. What I hope to is to get a loan paid off that Mr. McMahon made for this business. That was my hopes.
Okay, and is it a loan that you're responsible for?
Both of us are responsible for it.
Have you been paying it?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been paying it?
Yes, I paid up to 97 or 98.
Well, that's a long time ago. Who's been paying it since 97?
I don't know.
I have.
You have?
Yes.
How much?
It's like $19,000 I've paid against it.
Since 1997?
Yes.
Do you know that?
Well, the loan was only for $20,000, and we paid on it for almost 2 years before that. So I.
Yeah, but you know that could have been interest. You know, now she says
No, there was
she
no
said,
interest. It was
shh. Listen to me. What she says is she just wants to be absolved of at least half of this debt.
May I respond?
Yeah, sure.
This is why we're going through all these years of court proceedings, because all the receipts and checks and canceled, everything we present in the matter of this loan is fraudulent. So it goes on.
Just 1 second.
On.
You have $19,000 that she said she's paid so far. Anything else owing on the loan?
Yes, ma'am.
How much?
I think it's about $7,000 or $8,000 right now.
What is that, just interest?
It was a 15-year loan, and our payments were $225 a month.
Okay, so the first couple of years you paid Mr. McMahon, forget it. You know, I mean, that's ancient history. Okay? There's this big piece left. Why don't you just cut it in half and say this was a marital debt, over, finished. Pay it and goodbye. Did you pay a lawyer more than $15,000 over the last 9 years?
Actually, I couldn't answer that question because I haven't got a bill from him, but I'm sure it's going to be expensive.
Ma'am?
What?
It cost him $13,000 to take me to court for paternity.
Take you to court for what paternity?
He sued me for paternity on our son.
Oh, you thought that it might not be your child? Is that what you're telling me?
Biologically, he's not my child, no.
Was that established in the paternity test?
Because the way the law is written in California, if you raise a child over 2 years, he automatically becomes your responsibility.
Have you been supporting him?
Yes.
Well, oh my goodness, how you people screwed up your lives. I just can't believe it. And I have a sense that if I saw you back here in 10 years, you're going to be in the same spot, just frittering away your whole lives over spite and meanness and nastiness and stupidity. Instead of just putting a period and moving on and saying, listen, I have a chance to have the rest of my life free and clear, let me just do it. Well, this is money, and it's not major money, it's just, I've been paying it anyway, let me just get over it. Here's some money, here's my half, goodbye and good luck, let me have a happy life. Listen, how did it come about that you flooded his boat? You flooded his boat, right?
I did get water on his boat, yeah.
Good, okay. So now you're going to tell me how it came about that you flooded his boat.
Well, on August 13th, and to get back to the vacation, I vacationed out there that week because it's my birthday week every year since Steve and I separated. So he was very aware that I was going to be out there. I had no idea he was going to be.
Just tell me why you flooded his boat.
So our son went upriver on the wave runner, came back down and said, Dad's upriver. Can I go up there and ride in the boat? Well, because there's stipulations regarding the girlfriend on visitation, I needed to make sure that it was okay through Steve.
Why? What's wrong with the girlfriend?
Well, there's been drug and alcohol problems.
Well, did you ask your son whether the girlfriend was in the boat?
He didn't see her.
So then his father was alone in the boat. So what'd you have to go up there for?
Well, I needed to make sure that things were appropriate up there.
What does that mean? His father was out on the river in a boat. He's 17 years old.
No, he's 16.
See, he's 16 years old, and he wanted to go on the boat with his father.
Can I respond to that?
No.
Okay.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Steve McMahon claims his wife, Cheryl McMahon, sank his ski boat out of revenge.
Go ahead.
So I went up along with Terry, my girlfriend. There was nobody. The boat was in the water. At that time, I took some pictures of the boat.
Why?
So that I could go back and show the court that the boat was in running operations. We were supposed to have it appraised out, but Mr. McMahon wouldn't agree to that. So we had to get a court order for that.
Just a second. So you just happened to have a camera on your wave runner.
Mm-hmm.
You just happened to have a camera on your wave. Just a second. On your wave runner when you went up river with this lady. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I always have a camera in there.
Always have a camera. Keep going.
Okay. He wasn't there. I went back down to camp. A little while later, I went for a ride, and I wasn't planning on seeing Mr. McMahon at that time, with Jessica. And we went upriver, and then on our way back, we seen that Steve was sitting in the boat.
Yes.
And I started to go closer to him.
Why?
Well, because I was going to ask him if it was okay for Stephen to be up there. And at that time, when he looked up and seen that it was me, he raised his hand up over his head with a tool or something, like he was going to throw it at it, and he's yelling at us to get the out of there.
Yes.
And so at that point, Jessica was screaming. I was concerned that he was going to hit me with something or hit Jessica. So I turned the wave runner and splashed him.
What a baloney
Went back
story.
to
What
him.
a baloney story. I never heard such a baloney story in my life, Miss McMahon. You know, if you spend 10 years of your life angry, men fare better physically when they get when they're angry. Women get all these nasty lines and they get to look much older than their years. If you spend so much of your life being bitter, I suggest you get over it. How much did it cost to fix your boat?
$3,400.80.
How much is the boat worth?
Well, it was appraised at $8,000.
Let me see.
The appraisal or the receipt?
Both.
I don't have an appraisal. Because she had it done, I never got a copy of it.
Just a second. When did you buy this boat?
1976.
Listen to me. I'm not a stupid person. The boat's 30 years old. Show me an appraisal, sir.
I don't have a copy of the appraisal.
How large is this
She
boat?
can verify the appraisal. Her
Listen to
appraiser
me.
did the work.
Just a minute. How large is this boat?
It's an 18-foot. It's a classic V drive. It goes up in value.
A classic.
Goes up in value.
Okay. Let me see the paid bill. How long was your boat out of commission after this flooding?
All summer. The rest of the season.
Had it been running prior thereto?
Oh, yes.
Judge Judy?
Yes.
Can I give you a receipt from, a letter from CarQuest that's stating that that invoice that he gave you is not an invoice that they can locate
Oh, yeah, I'd
or
love to
that
see
date?
I'd love to see that.
And that they use generated, computer-generated receipts.
Can I see that, please?
I can also show you.
Show this to the plaintiff, please.
Can I respond to that as well without looking at it? This is brought
Sure
to
can
my,
before I give him a call.
brought to my attention. Go ahead. Brought to my attention this yesterday from the harassing phone calls that she made to CarQuest corporate headquarters. Now, this is the mechanic that repaired the boat who works for CarQuest, but he uses their format for his own receipts. Here's a letter from the mechanic
Just a
that
second.
works for CarQuest.
Just a second. Let me see it.
It's a private individual that was between him and I.
Well,
Has
you're
nothing to
talking
do with-
about this guy.
Yes, has nothing to do with CarQuest.
So what you're telling me now is that despite the fact that you're using CarQuest invoice, CarQuest did not do the work on this boat. Someone who worked for CarQuest did this work for you on his own time
That's correct.
and just used one of their forms in order to show how much money you spent on the boat. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling
That's the
me?
receipt he gave me, yeah.
Is that what you're telling me?
That's the receipt he gave me.
And this is what you're giving me. You didn't tell me that that was the case. You gave me something with a card, which would lead me to believe, sir, that this company prepared this receipt, and that's a lie. Is that right?
I don't know. He gave me the receipt. I don't think
Just
it's a
listen
lie.
to me. You just said to me, this is somebody that didn't do it while they were working for CarQuest. This is somebody who did it on his own time. He just used one of their invoices.
Well, he used it. I didn't use it. It's a discontinued work order from CarQuest that he uses for his own personal use.
You're slippery. Did you take the boat to CarQuest?
No, I took it to his house. But he works for CarQuest. I didn't even think anything about it.
You want to know something?
Yes.
I believe that you spent some money to fix this boat. And I was prepared to rule in your favor. Because I think that she purposely and maliciously damaged your boat. That's what you did. You were angry and you purposely and maliciously damaged his boat. You flooded it. You knew you flooded it. I don't believe your baloney story about making sure that the boat was safe for your 16-year-old son when you went up there with somebody with a camera in hand on a wave runner. People usually don't do that. And you went up there to take a picture, according to you, of the boat in the water because you wanted it for the purpose of appraisal. So I don't believe you. And I believe that you purposely flooded his boat. I think that you presented me with a false document. And people who present courts with false documents don't get cut any slack, Mr. McMahon. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to pay for this boat yourself. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you. I'm just happy that Judge Judy could see what he's really like.
Chapter closed. I respect her decision.
This was a fraudulent receipt that he turned into the court and will be taking it to the state of Arizona.
My lawyer tells me I'll have a Christmas present. Let's hope for that.
I hope it's over soon. That's all they want.
My father died.
A daughter comes to a mother's rescue.
I wanted to help her out.
Your mother owes you $5,000.
But did a mother's greed leave her daughter penniless?
She never gave you the money back. Why didn't you give her back the money?
Because first of all, it wasn't a loan. She gave that to me.
Oh, give me a break.
Judge Judy.
Children take from their parents. Parents don't take from their children. Outrageous. Your conduct is outrageous.
Is suing her mother, homemaker Catherine Welk, for cashing in savings bonds purchased for her by her great-grandmother. Kristen also claims her mother owes for an unpaid loan.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Miss Carmichael, this is your mother.
Yes.
How old are you?
19.
Had you always lived with your mother?
Yes.
Until when?
Last September, the end of last September.
According to your complaint, your mother owes you $5,000. $2,000 of that represents money that she allegedly really stole from you because she cashed in some savings bonds that had been purchased for you by your great-grandmother.
Yes.
She cashed in those bonds and used the money.
Yes.
And in addition, you say that you loaned your mother $3,000 in order to secure the services of an attorney. She was going through a divorce or separation from her husband. Shortly thereafter, she reconciled with him, and she never gave you the money back. Your mother says she used the money as her grandmother would have wanted her to use it, the money from your bonds, and that the $3,000 that she acknowledges that you gave her for an attorney was a gift. That's your defense. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. When did Kristen's great-grandmother purchase these bonds for her?
She began purchasing them in 1990.
She purchased them for any of her other great-grandchildren?
Yes.
How many?
The 2 other children.
Your 2 other children?
Mm-hmm.
How old are those children?
Amanda, that's sitting there.
Is how old?
She's 23, and my youngest is 11.
When did you cash in Kristen's bonds, and why?
It was right after my grandmother had passed away. She passed away on March the 9th, 2000.
And why did you cash in Kristen's bonds?
Because at the time that my grandmother passed away, her estate went into probate and they froze all the accounts. I did not have the funds to pay for her funeral situation.
2000 is when your grandmother died. How many children benefited from her estate, ultimately?
I did.
You. And in what amount?
When it finished...
When it finished?
That was December 30th. Go ahead. Okay, there was approximately $20,000.
Did you use your other 2 children's bonds?
The bonds were kept. As far as I know, 2 other bonds from my youngest daughters were used. My oldest daughter had already cashed all of her bonds.
How much did you get for your this daughter's bonds?
I do not recall. I don't have the paper for it.
I do.
Can I see it, please?
Yes.
$17 bonds, each with a $100 face value. Mm-hmm. And if held to maturity, which would have been a couple of years from now, they would have been worth $1,700. So now you had an emergency. Let us assume, Miss Welk, you had an emergency. And while I'm not condoning the fact that you took your daughter's bonds and cashed them in at a much lesser value than you would have gotten had they been held to maturity. Why didn't you replace them when you got $20,000 from your grandmother's estate?
At the time that all of this occurred, we had all of these other things going on. When all of this changed, we also had no place to live. The house was sold because it was in this whole situation. We then had to move, taking Kristen with us. After all of that was done, I didn't even remember this entire situation until this divorce situation came up in 2003.
Well, you owe us $1,700, period, for the bonds. Outrageous. Your conduct is outrageous. That's one. Number two, your daughter says that she loaned you $3,000. Why did you loan your mother $3,000?
Because her and my stepfather were going, he served her with papers for divorce, and I wanted to help her out. She came to me and asked me to borrow $3,000.
Where did you get $3,000 from?
I got it. I worked at a gymnastics place, and I got money from there, and my father died, and I received Social Security checks every month.
Do you put the Social Security checks away?
Yes, I put them into my bank account.
Let me see the bank account.
That's the bank statement.
On June 18th, she transferred $3,000 into your checking account. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that was for the purposes of securing an attorney in your matrimonial case?
Correct.
And then, according to your answer, within a week, you and your husband reconciled.
Right.
Why didn't you give her back the money?
Because first of all, it wasn't a loan. She gave that to me hoping to be able to end this situation and move us back to Stockton where her friends were.
Just a second. Did you come to her and ask her for money
No,
to go to an attorney?
No, ma'am.
What was the $3,000 to be used for?
It was used for the attorney.
Just a second. Are you telling me that you gave the attorney $3,000 and within a week's time the attorney would not give you back the $3,000? Is that what you're telling me?
I can show you what he's...
No, listen to me very carefully. Don't show me anything. Are you telling me that she gave you the $3,000 for the purposes of securing an attorney, that you gave the attorney a retainer of $3,000, within days you reconciled with your husband, and are you telling me the attorney did not give you your retainer or most of it back? I'm going to call the attorney.
I have it right
I'm going to call the attorney because you understand, don't you, that that would be unethical for the attorney to have kept the $3,000 if the attorney did no work.
He returned $889 of the $3,000, and I have his bill here if you would like to see how he used it.
Sure, give it to me. Well, let me ask you this question. How much of the $800 that you claimed the attorney gave you back did you give to your daughter? I asked you a question. How much of the $800 that he gave you back did you give to your daughter?
I didn't.
You're some piece of work.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Children take from their parents. Parents don't take from their children.
And later today...
When I found out that he was having a baby with the other lady, I asked him if he was going to be with me or her, and he couldn't tell me.
You couldn't make up your mind.
Correct.
Couldn't find your mind.
19-year-old Kristen Carmichael says her mother, Catherine Welk, cashed in savings bonds purchased for her by her great-grandmother. Catherine says Kristen gave her that money.
Is this June 18th, 2003 or 2004 that you gave this money to your mother?
2003.
2003. And your mother says that within a couple of days, or within a week, she reconciled with her husband. Then what is all this stuff here from September of 2003 from the attorney? If you reconciled with your husband, why is he still doing things in September of 2003?
I questioned him also.
Oh, give me a break. Give me a break. Has absolutely nothing to do with this case. You owe your daughter $3,000. For that, you owe your daughter $1,700 for the bonds, $4,700. Listen. Children take from their parents. Parents don't take from their children. You're supposed to, if you bury your grandmother, it's your responsibility. It's not her responsibility. If you get the money back, which you did, which you clearly did, immediately, if you had an emergency, you reimburse your daughter. And if you're having a problem with your husband, and if your daughter is nice enough to give you money because you asked for it, for an attorney, and if within a week you reconcile, then you say, honey, here's your $3,000 back that you've been working for. I wouldn't take that money from you, instead of giving her a whole bunch of excuses. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,700.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
That was my money that I loaned to my mom.
I didn't come to her asking for it. She gave it to me.
She needed to pay me back.
And all it's done is teach me a lesson that my youngest daughter will pay the price for this daughter.
We got into an argument over something absolutely ridiculous, and we got into a confrontation, and she kicked me out.
It's very difficult. I have worried day in and day out since she left our house, not knowing where she is or how she is. She does not care about any of us.
I would like us to have a mother-daughter relationship, but I don't know.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sipkama versus Roberts Sparks. Step forward, please.
26-year-old restaurant manager Mark Sipkama is suing his ex-girlfriend, 25-year-old fast food employee Christy Sparks, and her mother, Brenda Roberts, for stealing his property when Christy moved out.
According to you, Mr. Sipkama,
Correct.
the defendant and her 2 children,
3 children.
3 children, moved in with you.
Correct.
You were dating
Correct.
at the time. How long had you been dating?
On and off for a little over a year and a half.
You believe that there was something that perhaps could turn into a long-term relationship with the defendant?
At the time being, yes.
Okay. You moved in with him when?
On August 29th, I think.
With your 3 children?
Right.
Shortly thereafter, Miss Sparks discovered that you were seeing your ex-girlfriend, and that there was a very strong possibility that your ex-girlfriend was pregnant with your child. Is that close enough to the truth so you're going to say yes, Your Honor?
It's close enough,
Yes.
Your Honor.
Ah, okay. Suffice it to say, she was very angry.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she moved out.
Correct.
And it is your claim that when she moved out, she took some property that
Correct.
belonged to you, and in addition, with the help of her mother, that's why her mother is also a co-defendant, that her mother helped her move out and took your stuff.
Correct.
And that she destroyed a prized hat collection that you had.
It wasn't a hat collection, just a few hats, Your Honor.
Hats.
Yes.
So you wanted to pay you $1,000.
For everything, there, Your Honor, I have my evidence right here, receipts and...
When did you move out?
I moved out the following Saturday.
Tell me why.
Because when I found out that he was having a baby with the other lady, I asked him if he was going to be with me or her, and he couldn't tell me.
What did he say to you?
He said that I know what you want to hear and I know what she wants to hear, and...
He couldn't make up his mind at the time?
Right, so I took it upon myself
That's right.
and
You
moved
couldn't
out.
make up your mind?
Correct.
Couldn't find your mind?
I wasn't going to base my whole life experience on just this.
What?
I wasn't going to... I didn't have the answers for my whole life just that minute when she wanted it.
Well, let me ask you this question. If you were involved with Miss Sparks...
I never asked her to leave, Your Honor.
If you were involved with Miss Sparks and you thought you might want to build a life with her, how come this other lady is pregnant and you're saying to yourself, and it's probably mine?
Before she moved in, Your Honor, she knew I had been with my ex-girlfriend. That was already... She knew that already before she moved in.
Well, I'm asking you, not what she knew. I'm asking you, why?
Just make mistakes, Your Honor.
How come you invited her to live with you, sir?
They were evicted out of their place, Your Honor, and we had talked about getting a place the 1st of October. I found out the same time when she was evicted that my ex-girlfriend was pregnant. I didn't know how to tell her. After talking with my parents, they said I should wait to see if the baby was mine first.
So your parents said, why don't you wait before you discuss it with her until after the baby is born, which would be how many months?
8 months.
And then after she's lived with you for 8 months, you take a blood test. And if the baby is yours, then you have to tell
I wasn't
her.
stating the fact that I was going to wait 8 months to tell her, Your Honor. I just wasn't sure when the best time to tell her was going to be.
There is no best time.
You're right.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Mark Sipkama says his ex-girlfriend, Christy Sparks, and her mom, Brenda Roberts, stole his belongings when Christy moved out.
Now, what is it that you claim that she and her mother took when they moved out, other than her things and the 3 children's things that she moved in?
My television, a VCR.
TV, hold on, TV.
Okay. VCR.
VCR.
Stereo.
Stereo.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation.
A phone charger for my cell phone, and that was about it.
So when you came home and after she had moved out, you found these things missing?
Correct, Your Honor.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I did.
You filed a police report?
Yes, I did.
Can I see it, please? So I gather that when you came home, you found the apartment unlocked.
Right.
And your things missing.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Sipkema, what proof do you have that the defendants took your property?
5 o'clock in the evening, I drove by my house to see her mother's van, and we're packing the belongings. Later on that evening, I got home, saw my house like it just got, of course, everything got taken from me. The key was left on the floor in the middle of the open. A bottle of bleach was left where the TV sat in the entertainment system. And the TV, or in the living or bedroom, I'm sorry, there was the alarm clock was missing, but the 19-inch TV was still there. Now, if someone's going to come into your apartment and steal your things, I'm sure they're going to take a TV other than an alarm clock. They might look through your clothes. They might look through your closets. They may take the key, come back later and try to take things they couldn't get before.
So is what you're telling me, Mr. Sipkema, that you have no proof that the defendants took your property?
No actual proof.
Well, we're in an actual court. In an actual court, you need actual proof. Other than the fact that you were an unfaithful boyfriend and moved the defendant and her 3 children into your home only to discover that you had fathered another child and couldn't make up your mind between which of the 2 girlfriends that you had you wanted to be with. I mean, that's
I never wanted to be with the other one, Your Honor.
That's enough of a reason for her to move out and even perhaps do something to your things.
So it's justified stealing people's things?
No, not at all, sir.
Right.
Not at all. I'm just telling you
Right.
that she had a motive.
Yes, you're right, Your Honor.
She had a motive.
You're right.
You need more than a motive. You need proof. Did you take his things?
No, I did not.
No. Did you take his things?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Who are you living with now, Mr.
I'm living with
Sipkema?
myself, Your Honor.
Good. And what about your ex-girlfriend and her baby?
I speak to her about once a week to see how things are going.
So you're not really involved with her either?
I was never getting back with her, Your Honor. My plans were not to get back with her. I never told her I wanted to get back with her.
You said you weren't sure what your feelings were.
I wasn't sure about me and her and if we were going to be married, like, long term. That's what she wanted to hear, Your Honor.
No.
Like she stated.
Listen, I don't care whether you marry her or not. I don't care if you marry your ex-girlfriend or not. What I'm suggesting to you is the only 3 people that are innocents in this whole thing are your 3 children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who you uprooted from one place, you moved into another place. A week later, you moved them out. Where are they living now?
I have an apartment in Greenfield.
Okay. Well, try to stay put. How old are you?
25.
And how old are your children?
4, 2, and 10 months.
Who's the father of the 10-month-old? Is not an answer.
Pedro.
Where is he?
He lives in Greenwood.
Ever married to him?
No.
Ever married to anybody?
Yes.
Who?
Michael.
And is he the father of any of your children?
No.
So the person you were married to, you had no children with, do each of your children have different fathers?
No.
2 of them have the same father?
Yes.
And the 10-month-old has a different father?
Yes.
You did a, listen to me, you did a wonderful job.
I
That's
tried,
all.
Your Honor.
Goodbye. The defendant is your girlfriend's ex-boyfriend.
She was cheating on me.
Did she leave you for him?
Yeah.
Even though he won the girl.
So he was going to kick my butt.
You both found yourself at the same bar, and that Mr. Abbasi assaulted you at the bar, causing you to fracture your ankle. You want him to pay all of your expenses relative to that assault and also some punitive damages. Mr. Abbasi says that you were the aggressor that night. He didn't see you injure yourself, and if it wasn't for your aggressive behavior, none of this would have happened. That's your defense. Is that right?
Yes.
When did this incident occur?
The night of February 7th, approximately 10:30.
And what was the name of the establishment that you were visiting?
The Horseshoe Pub.
What time did you arrive there?
Approximately 10 o'clock, I believe.
When you got there, was the defendant there?
Yes, I did know who he was. I'd never met him before that time.
Had you been to this bar before?
Yes, not very much. I don't go out to bars very often.
What prompted you to go there this evening?
Just to get out for a little while. I was supposed to meet my girlfriend there a little later.
Well, did you meet her there?
Yes, she came in probably about an hour later.
Before she arrived, you didn't know who this gentleman was?
Right.
When your girlfriend arrived, she advised you who this was?
Yes, once she saw him.
And you didn't know who he was, sir, when he arrived there, is that right?
I didn't.
How long has this young lady been your girlfriend? Or how long had she been your girlfriend on February 7th?
For 4 months, approximately.
How long had you been separated from her?
About 3 months.
You mean there was a month overlap?
Yeah, I believe they were 3 months in the relationship, not 4 months.
Did she leave you for him?
Yeah.
How long had you been together?
About 1.5 years.
Were you upset?
Yeah.
Had you lived together?
Yeah.
So she left you...
She was cheating on me.
With him?
Yeah.
And left the home that you shared to move in with you?
Yes. She wasn't cheating, Your Honor.
But she moved in with you immediately after she left him?
Correct, yes.
Okay. All right, so tell me what happened.
Well, on that night...
After your girlfriend arrived. We're at the point where your girlfriend arrived at the bar.
Okay. After she arrived, I noticed... Well, she had told me who Mr. Abbasi was. At that point, then, I acknowledged him.
How did you acknowledge him?
Well, after my girlfriend had told me who he was.
How did you acknowledge him, is my question. Did you shake his hand? Did you go over and say, hello, I'd like to introduce myself? How did you acknowledge him?
No, nothing like that.
Just tell me how you acknowledged him.
I just looked at him. That was it.
Okay.
After that, I didn't say anything, didn't do anything. She wanted to leave, which I probably should have taken her.
That was very smart of her.
Yes, it was.
She said, he's here and I want to leave.
Yes.
And you said...
I wanted to stick or I wanted to stay.
Me?
I should have went with her, decision. Afterwards, probably, I'd say 15, 20 minutes afterwards, Mr. Abbasi just started to look my way, and at both Lucy and I, and adjacent to him was a lady, and he was more or less smiling, laughing, pointing at us, and I just wanted to know what was going on. So I more or less shrugged my hands up. And
How far were you from him when you did that?
Maybe 20 feet.
It's not far.
Not very far, right. After that, basically, he got up in anger. At that point, he started really prancing or almost running towards me on the other side of the bar. And I didn't know what he wanted. I didn't know if he wanted to fight. I didn't know if he wanted to talk. So I got up and I met him halfway through the bar. At that point, I lost him in the crowd. There were a lot of people there. And after that, he shoved me after he saw me, and I didn't know where he was. I fell back into the crowd, and I tried to regain my balance. And after I tried to regain my balance, he shoved me again. This time, I fell backwards in an awkward way and broke my ankle.
Now, your version of the events, Mr. Abbasi.
He waved me over to fight.
Show me how he did that.
By putting his hands over like that.
He went like that?
Yeah, calling me, saying he's going to kick my butt. We met simultaneously.
I don't want you to make things up as you're going along, Mr. Abbasi. Listen to me. Are you telling me from across the bar you heard him say something to you?
No.
Or are you just showing me this?
I heard him say he's going to kick my butt and wave me over. And then...
And what did you do?
We both simultaneously...
No. So he waved you over to come over because he wanted to fight with you.
Yeah.
And you being the intelligent, sober guy that you are...
I wasn't sober.
Oh, you weren't? Well, that accounts for something. So you were drunk.
Yeah.
So he waved you over, and you went over to fight with him.
Well, I was just thinking we're going to stick chests and try and talk it down, but then when I seen his fist come in, I had to push him.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
No, I don't want to hear you.
I'm sorry.
So continue. Let's keep going. So you got over there. He's waving you on, saying he's going to kick your butt. You go over there to butt chests with him because that's all you thought he was going to do. You saw him fist up his hand, and so you pushed him.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's how he hurt his ankle. If he hurt his ankle at all.
He claims that my shove threw him 10 feet across the room into a pool table, causing his ankle to break in 3 spots.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You visit your troubles on me and the taxpayer because this process costs money. And because you decided to be a macho jerk, you cost the taxpayer money.
And later today,
for slow play, any reasonable experienced golfer would walk to the ball so that you don't delay play, because slow play is the #1 problem with golfing.
No, the #1 problem with golfing is getting hit with a golf ball.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. James Frederick says he was attacked by his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend, David Abbasi. David says James instigated the fight.
Now I'll hear you. Step up. Who are you?
I'm the bartender that night.
Let me ask you this. What's your last name?
Banks.
Miss Banks, you know Mr. Abbasi and his girlfriend. Is that right?
Yes.
And how long have you seen Mr. Frederick come in the bar?
I only had seen him that one night.
Where do you come from?
Palmdale.
And this bar is in Palmdale?
Yes.
How many bars are there in Palmdale?
4 or 5.
Mr. Frederick, what prompted you to go to that bar this evening? Because you went there by yourself, and you were meeting Lucy there, right?
Yes.
But Lucy was the one who suggested the Horseshoe Club?
Actually, I was.
Really? And Lucy didn't say to you, no, I don't want to go there because I used to go there with David?
Well, that was brought up, but I reassured her it was all right.
You're a troublemaker.
I didn't see any problem. I didn't know David.
You didn't see any problem? Mr. Frederick, if you weren't looking for trouble for one reason or another, sir, you wouldn't have gone to the bar if she gave you prior notice that this is a place where David would hang out. And when she arrived and she saw him there and she said to you, let's go, I feel uncomfortable. And you said, not me, I'm not going anywhere. I want to sit here. So despite the fact that she was uncomfortable and that the presence of the two of you was just an exacerbating circumstance, you decided to stay. Now, I'm not sure about on a legal level, but on a moral level, you got what you deserved. You look for trouble, it's going to find you. You know, there's certain things your grandmother says to you that are true. And one of them is, if you look for trouble, you're going to find it. Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you visit your troubles on me and the taxpayer because this process costs money. And because you decided to be a macho jerk, you cost the taxpayer money, whether it's in this court and any other court. You're gobbling up court time for people who really have cases over which they had no control. You had plenty of control. I didn't go to another one of the 4 bars in Palmdale. Or when you went in there and you saw him there, you knew who he was, and Lucy said, let's go. You got up, paid for the drink, and you leave. Right?
Right. That's what my plan was, but I didn't take fast enough action.
Okay. Did you file a police complaint, Mr. Frederick?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it, please.
I filed that the day after.
Why the day after, sir?
I was going to file it at the bar, and had I done so, he would have been incarcerated. I wanted to take care of my ankle. It was hurting and it was broken.
So you went immediately from the bar to the emergency room?
Yes.
Okay. Well, evidently they did an investigation, and they didn't arrest Mr. Abbasi for assault. Do you know why, sir?
Basically, they couldn't find him, and DA didn't want to prosecute because it's a typical bar fight. They see it a lot, so they didn't feel it.
Because it's just as possible that you lost your balance because you were drunk.
I wasn't that drunk, Your Honor.
How do I know that? You don't have to be that drunk to trip. Mr. Frederick, I said something to you before, sir, and what I said, you may sit down. What I said to you before is if you look for trouble, you're going to find it. Now, I don't necessarily think that it was Mr. Abbasi's intention to get into a confrontation with you that evening, but it is clear to me that it was your intention to get into a confrontation with him. I say that for the following reasons. I am now summing up. Your girlfriend told you that she was going to meet you that evening. You discussed going to the Horseshoe Bar. She said, I don't think I want to go to the Horseshoe Bar because that's where David hangs out. You said, I don't care, I'll meet you there, don't be ridiculous. You go there, and sure enough, when she shows up an hour later, after you've had a couple of drinks, she says to you, I don't want to stay because David's at the other side of the bar. And you say, I don't care. Let's see what goes down if we stay here. It seemed to me, Mr. Frederick, you got the girl. You should be a happy guy. You shouldn't be looking for trouble. The girl that you're living with, the girl that you're happy with says, I'm not comfortable here. You pick yourself up and you leave. Chose not to do that. He pushed you. You fell. You broke your ankle. That's an accident. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The man's got issues where he can't get over his ex-girlfriend.
He wanted to show me he has her.
I didn't think he was, you know, a violent guy.
She wants to see us fighting over each other.
He was lucky he got away with this.
I'm just glad justice is done.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ng versus Riley. Step forward, please.
Eye care professional Monica Ng is suing her one-time golf partner, technical consultant Steve Riley, for medical and dental bills. Monica says she was hit in the face by Steve's golf ball.
Missing, according to your complaint, you were playing golf, and you were in a foursome?
Yes.
And Mr. Riley was in your foursome?
Yes.
And you got hit with a golf ball that he sliced. You want him to pay for all of your medical bills, you had dental problems, et cetera, et cetera. And Mr. Riley says, sometimes happens when you play golf. Not every shot's a perfect shot. It's part of the risk you assume when you play the game. That's your defense.
Yes, ma'am.
When did this happen, Miss Ng?
On January 31st at the Lakewood Country Club.
And how long have you been playing golf with Mr. Riley?
I've never played with him before.
So you were teamed up that day?
By the starter at the country club.
What hole were you playing when this incident happened?
The 9th hole.
And who teed off first?
The guys teed off first, and then I teed off last because I tee off from the ladies' tees.
After you teed off, everyone left the tee, is that right?
Yes, we all walked to our balls.
And was your ball in front of Mr. Riley's ball?
It was horizontal, diagonal to his ball.
And he shot first?
Yes.
And you were watching him?
Yes, I was watching him the whole time.
Why didn't you stand behind where he was?
For slow play, any reasonable experienced golfer would walk to their ball so that you don't delay play, because slow play is the #1 problem with golfing.
No, the #1 problem with golfing is getting hit with a golf ball.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Monica Ng says golf partner Steve Riley owes for medical and dental bills. Monica says they were on the 9th hole when Steve's golf ball hit her in the face.
So when I was reading your complaint, and I've been out on a golf course, although I am not a proficient golfer, since I don't know who I'm playing with, as you didn't know who you were playing with, and you're not sure of their skill, I wouldn't get into a position where you were anywhere in harm's way. I would stand well behind that person.
I felt I was not standing in a location where I was in harm's way.
But you were, right? Because you didn't play golf with him before. You didn't know whether he was a good player or a bad player, whether he sliced, whether he was straight, whatever. But you don't think that you have any responsibility to worry about yourself?
Yes, I have the responsibility to worry about myself, but I was standing in a location next to my ball. I was watching him the whole time.
You think he aimed at you?
No, he did not aim at me. It was an accident, but still, he's liable for any damages or injury caused by his actions, as stated in the golf course rules at the Lakewood Country Club.
Well, I'll take a look at the rules of the Lakewood Country Club and see what they say.
Safety practices.
Let me see what the safety practices are. Yeah, well, this says that any person entering or playing on the golf course assumes full responsibility for his or her personal safety. That's you. And property. Players are liable for any accident, injury, and/or property damage caused by their actions. Well, you're saying that his actions caused you to be injured.
Correct.
I'm saying your actions caused you to be injured. Miss Ng, my dear, when you play golf, there's a golf ball. That golf ball doesn't always go where it's supposed to go. Have you watched professionals play golf?
Yes.
Have you seen professionals sometimes slice their ball and it goes into a gallery?
Yes.
You think that they're liable if their ball hits somebody? They're not. Players not liable. That's what the game is about. Somebody hits a very hard ball. Sometimes it goes where it's supposed to go. Sometimes it doesn't go where it's supposed to go. If it always went where it was supposed to go, nobody would watch the game.
We have a verbal agreement after the injury. He was very apologetic for hitting me.
Yes.
And he gave me a cellular number so I can contact him so that I can get his home address to mail him the medical expenses.
Did you say that you would cover the medical expenses, Mr. Riley?
What I said was that if she wanted to go to the emergency room right then, I would help her with expenses. I did not say I would cover a week off of work. I did not say...
Absolutely not.
Right.
You're not responsible for a week
Right.
off from work. You're not responsible for her pain and suffering. You're not responsible for any of that.
Right.
So did you give him the medical bill from the emergency room?
I had not received it yet when I wrote him that certified letter.
Fine. What was your bill from the emergency room? $602 were the emergency bills. Is that right, sir? Now that you agreed to pay, according to you.
Yes.
Fine. Anything else?
Yes. A few months later, I noticed that the back of my tooth was swollen, and I went to the dentist, and that's when they told me that I have ligament damage due to trauma.
Could be. That's not what he agreed to pay for. He agreed to pay for your emergency room bills. But for the fact that he agreed to pay for the emergency room bills, he would not be responsible. You assumed the risk when you got on the golf course of whatever happens when you play golf, unless, of course, he picked up his club and flung the club in anger, or if he hit you with his club, or if he ran you over with a golf cart. That you don't assume the risk, but you do assume the risk that somebody may not hit the ball straight, so you have to make sure that you don't put yourself in harm's way. And if being in a position where you were a little bit of a slow player is more important than keeping yourself out of harm's way, that's a choice that you make. He can't guarantee where his golf ball's going to go. If he could, he'd be Tiger Woods' partner, right?
Absolutely.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $602. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think the judge made a knowledgeable decision.
I saw him hit his ball, and it came right directly at me. I dodged, but not fast enough.
Fortunately, it was a glancing blow and not frontal.
It was a horrible incident. I want to forget about it.
I did agree to pay for the emergency room costs, and that's fair.
I know he did not mean to hit me.